I'm the golden son while playing the GBA game. Brain off the scale to thinking he mean weight gain. No surge, electrify the mind. I'm in charge of the buzz, get your power stripped. I'm my own plug, you the socket. Let more punchlines, the trash in your pocket. That's you to stop it. More than rap, this composite, you gossip, I rock it. See the variation? It don't matter black or white, bring the drama, Perry Mason. I'm adjacent to the destined, counting all my blessings while they selling their soul. No, you gotta be desperate like them housewives. Hear the real with my mouth wide, path going north, but they still hear the south side in me. These rappers are actors who giving out Emmys. Find me a Denny's looking proud of their penny without an Oscar. I'ma lay it proper. Father, this sound ironic, didn't have a papa for most of my life. Foster home to home. Don't let me start. Comment tell me about real love. It starts in the heart, not the pants. Born without a chance. Probably met destiny plenty times. And notice when she glanced at me. When you dance with me, who would've known these dreamers become fans of me? Put up your hands for me. Touch the sky, the model we grew up with. Bumping that old Wayne, about to see if this truck fit in my garage. I'm kidding, no car, but I got drive. Even if I retire, never be top 5. I survived the rugged terrain. Determination in my brain, God help me find joy through the pain, gain clarity that I share to the masses. Same kid, they dreaming in classes. Future look disastrous. Time for the heroes and less fastest. Clean air, less gases. But y'all know what I'm trying to convey. Change streams, play games, watch a few anime. Found a path to be great, not a moment to waste. Mama check it, don't worry, I'm straight. We gon' take it to the top of the globe. Spread love, realest quote that I wrote. You know, sky's the limit. All my life I was sober. We surpassing that with each episode. The whole, a new episode. New day, a new episode. A new day, a new day, a new episode. A new day, a new episode. A new day, a new. Go ahead, let them throw that shade. You gotta wait to see the picture. Old Kodak days, don't go that way. They songs all filler, and it shows not at the museum. Fans never been stellar. Pin Dilla, chose a route, set score. I ain't trying to be known by a number like the kids next door. My lord, they want us in cages or the seats, cause we fresh to death. Cash get sharp every week. Who, me? I'm nothing but a kid from the boondocks, writing living color. Different world in my boombox, chilling in my afternoon socks with a cute thing. Excuse the missed call, didn't notice you rang. Sharp tongue from the heavens, we thinking outside of the box. They call him Stoop Kid, never lead his steps. No one knows of his woes, cause he keeps to himself in seclusion. But me, I had to find out his story, so I sat by his stoop. He said his name's Corey. Told me how he used to be in love with a dame, but she left about as fast as she came. Said the sky's never been the same. Air's less fresh, chemtrails blanket the sky, and we compressed to a perfect world that we created within the mind. We blind to the truth as the days unwind. He finds happiness and watch the time go by. He asked, do you know why? Cause at least I'll know when we die. Society's engulfed in trends, and it's hard to find friends when your vision ain't the same through the lens. A cleanse what we need, but our pride won't accept it. Love's like a precious baby girl, and I'm wishing that we kept it. Neglected all our principles, kids laughing at me every day. How conventional, all one-dimensional. I wish I was invincible, I would just fly away. Aim for the sun, hope to land in a higher place. That's my escape from reality. Life is a dream, but it seems we've been sleeping in ravines. For now, I'ma chill with the ranting. Sit up on my stoop while the kids keep chanting. Stoop kids afraid to leave the stoop. Stoop kids afraid to leave it. 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 Stoop. A tear rolls down his cheek. He asks, how did life become bleak? We used to seek joy, now we lost in translation of the language called money. I pity our generation. I told him I agree, but you looking at the downside. It's a bigger world outside the walls you hide, and I can guide you to a new state of mind if you let me. But hearts can't receive what the soul isn't ready for. Look, life is a metaphor, it's up to you to find a meaning. You can't stand for something if you steadily leaning on pillars of self-loathing. Imagine what you're missing in addition to beautiful life that you ain't even living. Places that you never been, people that you'll never meet. Happiness if you're willing to seek beyond the stoop of your seclusion, but really just a barrier to block away the image of a place much scarier. Called reality. Well, he stopped me mid-sentence, took a step down like a sinner doing penance. Said he wanna take a chance, thanks for the referral. Safe to say this boy's gonna finally leave the world, so stoop kids gonna leave it. Stoop kids.
Are you ready?
Word to wise, grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave him from truth in these songs, they prefer the lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple lies. You can't see me, you Stevie, wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Man, dream on, yeah. Dream on, dream weaver. Dream weaver.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's your boy Ernie, Blerd without fear. I'm sorry that I'm not in higher spirits. Of course, as we all know, a lot has just recently happened. Of course, we lost Chadwick Boseman. And yeah, and it's weird. You have somebody that I don't know the guy. By the way, we got Carter just joined us too here. Carter, you with us, brother? Let me see. Oh, there you go. Got you. So
you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you good. I can hear you good, brother.
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yeah. No, you're good, pimp. You are good. Here, let me get the. There we go.
Right.
I was sitting here, didn't have no camera on for you. But here, actually, let's switch the view up a little bit. Let me make sure everything's lined up. Everything is as it should be. Man, look at that. Look at God. Look at God coming through like that. But y'all know the vibes. I got Carter here with me today. Of course, we are. Yeah, it's a. I'm not gonna lie, it's a somber day, man. It was a somber day. It was a somber night.
Yeah.
Things are just. Is like once again, like I was saying when Carter jumped in, it's like I don't know the brother. I don't know the brother. Didn't know the brother. Never met him. Don't know him from Adam. But I think it's just a matter that he died so young. That's messing with me. Like 40, like you think about it, 40, like 43 years old. Not old by a long shot. And dude, this dude was like, I had no idea that he was battling colon cancer. Like, it just, like, I don't think he ever publicly talked about it, at least not that I can think of. I don't think I ever remember him saying anything about it. Like, just I'm sitting here trying to like rack my brain. Oh, wait, we lost Carter. Wait, he's back. He back. But no, I feel like we never heard. I feel like he never talked about it. I feel like it just was a thing that just never came up. And yeah, dude, just that, like, I'm not gonna lie, those of you who were with me on Twitch last night for Friday Night Scares, y'all may even remember my exact reaction, because when it came up, somebody came to the chat. I don't even remember who it is, just because it caught me off guard so hard. But when somebody came and said, "Dude, Chadwick Boseman's gone. Chadwick Boseman's dead," and I was like,
"Oh no, Discord is wilding for me right now. I can't hear you."
What? Hold on, real quick. Wait. Could you hear me before? Hold on, let me do something real quick. We're gonna I want to check something here because I want to make sure. Hold up. Yeah, Discord is out of pocket today, man. Discord is fucking on your boy today. There we go. I want to make sure it's not something that, like, here, real quick. I am actually going to switch. Here, let me switch up a little bit real quick, just so. Nope. Oh no! Wait a minute. Hold up. I know what it is. I think I know what it is. Here, hold up. I think I know what it is. Hold on.
Yeah.
Here we go. Can you hear me now? I'm gonna take that as a no. Why is it not? Dude, Discord is just wilding right now. Here, let's here, I got an idea. Oh, wait. Yeah, let's see. You can hear me on YouTube and now on Discord. Here, we're gonna do ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna switch up. Let's move the call to here. There we go. Okay. Give us a moment real quick. I'm gonna switch our call out because we're technically in a Discord chat room.
See, I can still hear you on YouTube, but not Discord.
Yeah, okay. So yeah. Let's we're gonna move the call over to we're gonna move it over to this one. I'm gonna call you on this one real quick. Hold up. Here, let's start that. Yeah. Whack ass Discord call sounds. There he is.
Man, I still can't hear you at all.
You still can't hear me? Dude, that is weak. Well,
yeah, I do not know what's up with Discord today.
I was gonna say because all my shit's the same as usual. Weird. Okay. All right. Well, because Discord told me just to go fuck myself. Here, give me uno momento, por favor. Yeah, hold up. Output, input. Yeah, because
yeah, that's weird, man.
Yeah, because it's not microphone. Yeah, because I'm sitting here trying to see like.
Still can't hear anything.
Huh. Okay. Well, I guess they said the hell with us. Hold up. Can you hear me now? I'm gonna take that as a no. Let's see. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. All right. So I'm gonna run this one solo dolo, because we can't figure out our audio situation right now. So we're not gonna stand on ceremony. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. But that said, you know, we've got here. Let me get out of that. Let's see. There's other. Okay. Let's get out of that. Okay. So, yeah, here's the deal. We're not going to spend this whole show talking about it, because we got a whole lot to go through. There's a ton of news and a ton of other stuff, and honestly, I just don't want to feel down all damn day. Yeah, we did the stream last night on Twitch. I literally switched the game I was playing because I just didn't want to play anything that put me in a dour mood. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure that, you know, we paid the true king his proper respects, and I'll be honest with you, I'm probably we're not going to talk about it anymore after this. At least not unless there's something to talk about. We're not going to publicize this. We're not going to exploit this. I'm not going to talk about Black Panther 2 or who's going to play Black Panther now, because honestly, a man just died. That shit ain't important right now. So yeah, forgive me if questions come through and someone asks what I think about those things. I'm gonna be brutally honest with y'all. I'm probably not gonna have a very positive response to that. So let's give the man his respect. Let's honor the guy. Let's not exploit or publicize. And I know, like, when Kobe Bryant died, man, there was everybody and their grandma was making videos and this, that, and the third about him, and basically just doing it because the algorithm was hot. And we're not gonna do that here. That's not happening here. That's not what this channel is about. And yeah, no, that ain't it. Real quick, let's go ahead and jump through some super chats real quick, because we do have some of those. Where's my little, yeah, there we go. Yeah, let's see. Oh, wait a minute, do I not have my little, oh yeah, because I need to switch the window out. That's what I need. Boom, there we go. Let's see, what was it? The COBY. Thank you for that $10 super chat coming through, saying he publicly didn't say anything about it. If you remember back in April, he was doing his video chat. He was trending because he had lost a lot of weight. Let's see, RRP chat. Oh, yeah, no, dude, I remember that. Actually, the funny thing about that, or not funny thing about it, is I remember a lot of people were making fun of Chadwick Boseman. They were like, oh, man, dude, look at him. Oh, you know, the muscles must have been CGI on, in the MCU, this, that, and the third. People were roasting him and all this other stuff. And come to find out, this is what was going on. So I hope y'all feel good about yourselves. Man, thank you again to COBY. Jarrell Boza coming through with a $5 super chat, says, messed up thing was people crowned him for the weight loss. Clowned him for the weight loss. It was to the point where he turned off the comments and stopped going on social media. Yeah, no, exactly. So yeah, I mean, like I said, just that like, I don't know. I'm not trying to tell anybody how to live their life, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I would be sick with myself right now if I were one of those people. Just me personally, you know what I'm saying? Me personally, I'd be sick with myself. But yeah, we are not all the same. But here, oh man, dude, it's gonna be wild, man. It's gonna be wild. Yeah, no, I said the same thing. I think if you go back, I actually, when we were talking about it before, I said I figured he was prepared for because we knew he had the Defy Bloods. He had Defy Bloods, and we knew he was supposed to be playing Yasuke in the historical African samurai. And part of me thought maybe it was for that. But yeah, no, that's what it was for. And apparently, yeah, this has been going on for 4 years. The chemotherapy, I think it was chemotherapy more than anything else that that did him in. Because chemotherapy, I mean, literally you're fighting a poison with a poison, more or less. Yeah, that's it. We're not, like I said, we're done. We're not gonna talk. I don't really want to go too much further into it. I want to talk about something a little more that's not gonna have me down in the dumps. So, like I said, we're just gonna keep it pushing, and let's let's talk about. We're gonna talk about some Ten of Swords. Now, and more importantly, not just Ten of Swords, we're also going to talk about some stuff that came out over the past few days regarding the character Storm. I know a lot of people... oh, wait, we got us another super chat here. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see. We got a $5 super chat from Kevin Lane 14 says, let's acknowledge that Chadwick never played a slave. He only took up black roles. Was truly a stoic person. He was about black empowerment. Rest in peace. Yes, no, that's 100% true. 1000% true. I mean, like I said, dude was just a good guy. He was a good guy all around. I don't think I've ever seen him be anything less than humble. You know, whenever you see him doing like these press junkets, these interviews, whatever, I've never seen him anything less than humble. But that said, let's see. Oh, we got another one here. Was it Jarrell Boza with a $5 super chat? Says, on a lighter note, let's talk about how Ernie made the best Spawn video of all time. LOL. Hope that made you smile, bro. Thank you for that. That you know what? I will accept that. I will accept that. I actually, contrary to popular belief, I actually put a lot of work into that Spawn video. So I hope everyone enjoyed it. That video took me 2 weeks to make. Largely because like it was a very long video and there were a lot of facts and history to break down. But yeah. Let's see here. Let's see. Well, we got another one here. We got SFC Cape Killer coming through with a $10 super chat. Just came through, just say support, brother. Man, thank you for that, man. Thank you. Like I said, thank you everybody who super chatted just now. Just like I said, dude, it's wild. It's wild. Just yeah, I got nothing else. I got nothing else, man. It's just wild, dude. Like, I'm still processing it. I'm still absorbing it, and yeah. But yeah, let's talk about this. Basically, you know, one of the biggest things. I've been doing X-Men videos for a long time, a good while, and one of the most common things I hear people bring up is when are they going to put some respect on Storm's name? When is Storm going to be the focus of an X-Men storyline in this this current era? Even over the last good while, it's been a good while since she's been the focus for a while. And basically, we got some news. This was earlier this week. Jordan D. White, one of the editors from Marvel, he came out with some news and basically said that they've got some big things in store for Storm following Ten of Swords, and even some stuff that's going to happen during Ten of Swords, apparently. And that Storm is going to be a major player. She's going to have a lot going on coming up here in the next within the next year. So here, let's go take a look. Let's see what we got. Oh, wait a minute. I keep forgetting since Carter's not here. I'm gonna have to get rid of his thingy do-wah. Here, let's just for right now, we're gonna take that off of there for right now, just because. Which that saddens me. We couldn't actually get Carter in here today. Actually, it's upsetting. But yeah, basically he says, you know, we know that one of the main things that was brought up was the giant size X-Men Storm #1 one-shot that's coming. I know a lot of people were kind of up in arms, or you know, and or not okay with what was going on with Storm in what was it? It was giant size X-Men Jean Grey and Emma Frost #1. You know, her and even some stuff before that. People, like, I remember when I did the video for X-Men number 5, people were like, oh my god, man, Storm's getting played crazy. Oh man, she's getting booked shitty. Dude, they're not taking care of this character. And here's the thing. This is why I always say you have to be fair to long-term booking. Long-term booking is a thing, because by the time that Giant Size X-Men Jean Grey number Emma Frost number 1 came out, one of the things I pointed out to people in my video for it was that this was all teased in X-Men number 5. When Storm took that blast from one of the post-humans defense machines, the blast infected her. We didn't know that at the time. It just looked like she just got shot out of the sky. But we learned later that, yeah, she was in fact infected. And that machine virus that is supposed to kill her in less than 30 days that was brought up. That particular piece of storytelling is going it was actually technically carried over into Giant Size X-Men Phantom X number 1, which wasn't really that big of a scene in it, but it was basically towards the end. They said, oh hey, Phantom X, we're gonna need your help because we gotta save Storm. And basically going into this storyline, Giant Size X-Men Storm number 1, we're supposed to get I don't know if it's going to be the conclusion to it, but maybe more of an elaboration on what's going on with Storm, and she's getting the spotlight here on this one. But basically, what Jordan D. White had to say was that there is a lot going on with Storm. First off, he says, I don't want to spoil anything from Giant Size X-Men Storm number 1 issue, so that'll be the first place you should check out. And then he also goes and say that she does also have some great moments in Ten of Swords, especially in Vita Ayala's Marauders number 13, which I'm excited for because I like Vita Ayala. They are a fantastic writer. And a writer of color at that. Not only a writer of color, but a member of the LGBTQIA plus community. And just all around, just a really, really nice person. But let's see here. Wait, we gotta say, looks like we got us a super chat. Here, let's see what's going on here. My guy Eddie White coming through the $5 super chat says, if it's one thing about Hickman, he is going to give a character their due. You got to be patient with him. He plays the long game. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is something I've been trying to explain to people. People want instant gratification. They want things to just be thrown out on the line, just straight up willy-nilly. They want to have. Here's the thing. If you want short-term booking, go read and this is gonna sound really fucking dismissive. Go read a Dragon Ball Z manga or something like that. That's short-term booking. A lot of manga technically is short-term booking. But they have there is long-term booking to be had there, but Jonathan Hickman's not that type of writer. He writes in a more novel-like fashion. He writes along the lines of other writers like Ta-Nehisi Coates. You're not gonna get that payoff right away. It's a slow burn. He's gonna make you. He's got to build you out to it. You just have to be patient and wait. The story's gonna be there. It's gonna show up. All you got to do is just wait for it. That's it. You're gonna get it. Jonathan Hickman is okay. Let me put it this way. You want to know where the real, true beginning of Storm's next story arc started? House of X number 1, because you know what he did. He actually went and confirmed something that we, the fans, had been debating for years. Jonathan Hickman, by definition, if you follow him on Twitter, he was very vocal when he was before House of X came out that he was not a fan of Omega level mutants. He does not like the concept of Omega level mutants. He thinks it's a dumb concept. And he actually, and that was why he went back and retooled what an Omega level mutant means. And when he did that, he made Storm an Omega level mutant. Storm, before House of X, she was rumored or speculated to be an Omega level mutant, but was never officially confirmed an Omega level mutant until then. So it starts there. That was the first bit of respect. And then going down the line, it's just been there. Storm is, like, a lot of people say, oh, Storm's not in any books. Storm actually shows up more often than not. She may not be saying anything, she may not be doing anything grandiose, but she is always around. Whether it's moments where she's on the Quiet Council and she speaks up there. A lot of people forget that she spoke up during Hellions, number 1. A lot of people forget that in the Marauders, she has been present on many a battle throughout the Marauders series. She has been present through multiple battles in the X-Men's main series. She's even showed up in X-Force, I think, at least once or twice in the 11 issues they've had so far. So she gets around. She gets around. She may not be doing exactly what you want her to do, but she gets around. She's doing things. She's getting way more respect put on her name than most characters. But no, one of the things, and by the way, Eddie White, thank you again for that super chat. But one of the things he went on to say was that, he says, but I think you might be referring to a really amazing Storm development that I cryptically mentioned recently. That is in the very early stages, but it's amazing. Unfortunately, it's something that won't be happening until next year, but I think you will know it when you see it. It's pretty huge. And, dude, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. It's, I'm always game for more storylines, for more things with Storm being put out there. It's like right now they going, basically what they're saying is we have just recently come up with an idea for Storm that is really big. I think people are going to like it. That's his main takeaway on that one. Now, what is that going to mean? Who knows? Who knows? It could be something in regards. I know a lot of people have been speculating about, when is Wakanda going to factor in with Krakoa? It could be something related to that. It could be a storyline that involves her dual, her dual responsibilities in both her allegiance to Krakoa and her allegiance to Wakanda. It could be something related to that. It could be absolutely unrelated to it at all. It could be something even more related to the fallout of Ten of Swords. It could be more related to that. It could be related to something that has nothing to do with either of those things. It could be something brand spanking new that we haven't seen before, that has not been teased before, that has not... And knowing Jonathan Hickman, depending on where all this is going to come out, honestly, if it's up to Jonathan Hickman, I'm going to tell you right now, if you go back into Storm's past, you might find something. There may be something to be found there. Here, let's see. We got another super chat here from Jarrell Boza. Let's see. Says, Hickman needs to make the Eternals great next. Hell, I'd even say also give him the Thunderbolts as well. Okay, first off, thank you for that $5 super chat. I would love to see what he could do with the Eternals. I think Hickman could really make Eternals a book people cared about. I think he could. I would also say Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts is almost a no-brainer for Hickman. I think Hickman could really do some stuff. Like, I think he could sophisticate what we think of, as the Thunderbolts. Like, a lot of people, most people kind of dismissively say, oh, the Thunderbolts, they're just Marvel's Suicide Squad. I think Hickman could actually go in and make us, have a completely different opinion about that. In a lot of the ways, he's made us have a completely different opinion of the X-Men. So yeah, I can see that. Let's see here, man. Thank you again for that super chat, by the way. Listen, we got another one from Justin Cocklow. $5 super chat says that Casablanca train scene. I'm here for Detective Storm. Yes. I believe what Justin is referring to. And this is something, once again, I talked about this in my video for it. We talked about the scene in, I believe this was Marauders number 11, where Storm met with the secret operative from X-Desk, who we have been following for the past, 10 issues, just about 9 or 10 issues, just about, probably since, I want to say since issue number 1, and we finally saw the identity of said X-Desk worker, and their report back after dealing with Storm basically asked a lot of the same questions that we, the fans, were asking. Jerry Duggan was basically putting respect on Storm's name, talking like we're having the X-Desk operative, just gushing about how beautiful Storm was, how powerful she was, how she smelled like ozone, how she literally just exuded all this power, how she was likely the most powerful person in the mutant nation of Krakoa, and wondered why she doesn't have more power than what she does. And so yeah, it just, the respect is there. You just kind of have to, oh wait, here, hey, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna take a brief moment. I'm about to try and bring Carter back in one more time. We're gonna see if we actually fix this audio issue. Here, give us, just bear with us for one moment, okay? Let's see if we got it. Let's see if we got it this time. Hey, can you hear me? Hey, Carter, can you hear me?
Okay, I'm not. Shit.
Oh, man. Let's see. Oh, I got rip. Oh, man. Here, let's see. Okay.
Oh, boy.
I don't know what's going on there.
I thought I did it this time. I really thought I did it this time.
Dude.
I really thought I did it this time.
Dude, man. Hey, look. Hey, we tried. We tried.
Oh, my goodness.
Look, I tell you what, we're gonna take. Okay, after the show's over, we're gonna take.
Yeah, you totally look like a Mr. Mime right now.
Oh,
so,
damn. Okay, here.
I tried. I'll just go back to being insulted in the chat right now.
Oh,
I tried. Oh man.
Okay, we gave it a shot, man. We gave it an honest shot, man. We tried, man. We tried. So, so yeah, as it says, Loose Source, can we do a watch party on Black Panther sometime in the next few weeks? Yeah, I don't see why not. Well, I think, and the other problem too is Carter can't hear me. So like, it's one of those where like he would have to be listening to the stream to hear me, and like, cause I can hear him. I can hear him perfectly, but he can't hear me for whatever reason. And watch, when we, after the stream, we'll figure it out, and it'll be like, we'll just be like, dude, wow. Like, wow. Like, why? Okay. But yeah, man, basically, yeah, it's been there. The respect has been there. And honestly, I'm gonna go on a limb and say, yeah, dude, the thing that it could possibly be, like some of the, like Hickman is really good. Hickman is really good at taking very obscure moments that that Storm has been a part of, or not just Storm, but just the X-Men in general. Hickman is very good at taking those little obscure moments that you probably don't think about, that you probably haven't considered, and he will take that moment. He will take that moment and he will turn it into something special. Now, some of the things that actually kind of stick out to a lot of people, you know, whether or not this is a callback to you know, I don't know whether it's a callback to, you know, some of her moments from Inferno, which technically we've actually gotten more than a couple different instances where they've referred back to Inferno in regards to Storm. And that was during House of X. We've also got, you know, there's also the battle for leadership between Storm and Cyclops. What was the other one? There's callbacks to, what was it, 63, back when she first became leader. When she first became like a field leader for the X-Men. And I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. But I think that, you know, I think a lot of good stuff is going to be coming her way. I think a lot of good stuff is going to be coming her way. Let's see here. Oh, wait. We got some super chat here. Let's go take a look at that real quick. Let's see. Text-Back Studio coming through with a $5 super chat says, have you read Hickman's Decorum? If so, what's your take? I won't lie. I read through the first issue of it, and when I say read, I mean that literally, because most of the first issue of Decorum, if I'm not mistaken, is mostly text. Like, it's and when I say text, I mean, like, you know, those exposition pages that we get in the X-Men books. It was like that. Like, lots of, like, just pages explaining things. I think it's a very good idea. I think I might give it a couple more issues before I have before I have anything to say about it proper, but it's definitely it's, okay, so remember when I covered House of X and I talked about one of my least favorite parts was the Phalanx? How they handled the Phalanx in, what was it, year 1,000, 10,000, whatever. And how much I didn't like it. That's what Decorum kind of reminded me of. Maybe better, but just like, it was one of those things, like, it went into that spectrum of sci-fi, like in science fiction, that loses me. Like, just because it's almost too sci-fi for its own good. If that makes any sense. But I like the art. And I like the writing he's doing. I mean, the writing itself, in and of itself, is not bad. It's just the story is what's losing me. Like, I can recognize good writing even when it's a story that I don't like. If that makes any sense. Let's see here. Oh, wait. We got another one here. LJ Mac 03, thank you for that $10 super chat. Says, hey, Blerd, just want to stop by and show some support. Everyone be safe. Love your family and friends and give them their flowers while they're still here. Love you all. Hashtag Wakanda forever. And dude, thank you for that, LJ Mac. And also, I do want to point out, yeah, please. I can't express this enough. Too rare is it that we actually give people their propers while they're still alive. And dude, we need more of it, man. We need more of it. Like I said, this is, once again, without going too terribly far back deep into it, the fact that man died of colon cancer, that he was not talking about to anybody, that he was keeping to himself, that he was not making a big deal out of to anybody else because he didn't want people to worry about him for whatever reason. Like, I lost my best friend to colon cancer. I lost my best friend to colon cancer, and dude, it broke me. So seeing that he died of it just kind of, it brought up some painful memories. Is probably why I'm more affected by it than I don't want to say more than I should be, but just like, it's why I am as affected as I am by it is probably a better way to word it. Words are just not very easy for me right now. But we'll see. we'll see what's going on down the line. But I know a lot of people have been coming out of the woodwork in the last 24 hours. And if you've been following me on Twitter, I've actually been retweeting some of it. Actually, one of the ones that stuck out to me was Simu Liu, who, whether you are aware or not, is the gentleman who is responsible. I say responsible, like it's his fault that we're getting a Shang-Chi movie. No, the guy who is going to be playing Shang-Chi in the Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings movie. And he actually came out and said that he never got to meet Chadwick Boseman, but he was talking about how if it were not for Chadwick Boseman and his portrayal of Black Panther, there wouldn't be a Shang-Chi movie. Because Black Panther proved to Marvel that minority superheroes can make big money at the box office, and he said it. He was very clear. Simu Liu was very clear in his wording that if it was not for Chadwick Boseman, there would be no Shang-Chi. And I thought that was really big of him to say that. Because he didn't have to. He could have just been like, yeah, man, dude, sucks. I never got to meet you. You were a good guy, and I hate I'll never get to work with you. He could have just left it at that. But he actually took the moment to remind people that Chadwick's work and the things that he was a part of, that they lent themselves to a much bigger picture. Yeah, for everybody. If that makes any sense. Yeah. Anyway. We got a $5 super chat from Reggie Simmons. Says, give Decorum another chance as a super long play narrative. Very pretentious, but that's kind of Hickman's thing. LOL. No, and that's the thing. I also want to point out, I totally get that. Like, you kind of have to say that about Jonathan Hickman. And I will. I've actually been kind of keeping an eye on the book, like, because I think the other day, I think they had a new issue, I think, come out. I think a new issue of Decorum came out either this past week or the week before, and I saw it and I was like, man, that cover looks good. Ooh, man, I want to take a peek through it. And I reminded myself, I was like, oh, wait, I need to go back and read some of the other issues before I pick this one up. So, yeah. Excuse me. I am actually going to go back and give it another chance. There's certain books that I like to read. Like, okay, you know how, like, people watch TV shows, how they talk about, like, you always hear people say, no, man, I just want to, I'm gonna let a few episodes stack up and then I'll just binge it. Like, that's kind of how I am with comics sometimes. Like, I'll like case in point, Immortal Hulk. I would let Immortal Hulk stack up 5 issues because that would be a complete story arc, and that would just be like, okay, cool, they got 5 issues, bet, let's get on it. Sometimes I would let it get too far away from me, like I have recently. But they completed a story arc last month, so I'm actually going to do a video on Immortal Hulk here for real soon, because that book's actually going to be coming to a close. I don't know when. I think they said they're going to give it 50 issues, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, thank you, Reggie Simmons, for that super chat. We also got one from Conway Bergdog 499 super chat. Says, Hickman returned the favor on that. Remember the Avengers run where they went into the future at the end when Cap's eye came out? It was the Phalanx. Yes, that is true. That is actually true. So yeah, that was actually something that if you actually go back and read, I think it was in Hickman's Fantastic Four run, there is actually a part where Franklin Richards in the future is actually talking about things that have happened regarding the X-Men, but like in the far future, like somewhere like that. I think either something that happened before the time frame they were in or something, or whatever. But basically, he alluded to some of the events that are going on right now. Or have just recently happened in his Fantastic Four run, and that was years ago. So yeah, no, Hickman is long-term booking personified. He is long-term storytelling personified. There, you can't take that away from him. And I always tell people, it's the same thing I tell people, when you read a book or a novel or a comic or whatever, any kind of piece of literary anything by a writer, everybody's got their own style. It's kind of like, case in point, to put it in movie terms, do you go see a Michael Bay movie for anything less than like big overblown action scenes and explosions? If you go to see a Michael Bay movie to see a long-term storytelling narrative and well fleshed out characters who are not stereotypes, you went to the wrong shit. If you go to see a Stephen King movie, like a movie based on Stephen King's literary works, and you think you are going to see something other than a weird ending that doesn't really work because it only really works in a book, not in a movie, I don't know what to tell you. And that's kind of the thing with Hickman. Like, if you kind of have to go into a Hickman story thinking a little bit that, yeah, this is going to be a little pretentious. It's going to be at least a little bit pretentious because that's just what he does. That's what he is. I mean, I don't think it's intentional, but, you know, it just, like, he writes at a very high level. Honestly, he is more of an, and it's the reason why writers like him and Ta-Nehisi Coates catch a lot of flack, is because they are novelists first before being comic book writers. And novelists tend to go for long-term storytelling. Let's see here. We got 10 pounds from Dove1W, or is it Dove1W? Dove O'Du. We're going to figure that out. It says, and by the way, thank you for the, dude, 10 pounds coming from across the waters, across the pond. Thank you for that. It says, honestly, if Jonathan Hickman did an X-Men with Eternal and Inhumans book, I think it would be epic because all three groups have been done dirty, aka X-Men versus Inhumans, etc. What do you think? I agree 1,000,000%. I think if anyone could ever actually make me think differently about the Inhumans or the Eternals, which are both groups of characters in the Marvel Comics universe that I've had a hard time, caring about. Like when it comes to the Inhumans, I care about certain ones. Like, I like Black Bolt, I like Medusa, I like Crystal, I like Lockjaw. And then after that, I'm kind of like, rest of them, whatever. And then when it comes to Eternals, I've always kind of thought of Eternals as like, the ideas that Jack Kirby didn't use in the New Gods for DC, which is kind of what the Eternals were. They were kind of just basically his version of the New Gods. She did it DC, but just he did it at Marvel this time. So yeah, I would love to see it. I think Hickman could do it. He's good. He could take just about anything. You really think about it. Go back and read his Avengers run. Go back and read his Fantastic Four. The guy knows how to tell a story. He knows how to tell a story. He knows how to take characters that people don't typically use, and he knows how to make them something special. And actually, I would love, you know what? When inevitably, because he can't stay on X-Men forever. It's just not going to happen. It's not realistic. When his time comes to walk away from X-Men, I honestly would not be upset if he announced, hey, I'm moving over to Inhumans. I would actually be that'd be the first time in a long time I'd be looking forward to Inhumans anything. So yeah, I am 1,000% in for that. And Eternals, I don't know. I forget who is actually going to be on Eternals, because I know that book is getting relaunched. But if not Hickman, just because of how well Donny Cates handles cosmic stuff, but I don't want to put too much on that man's plate. But just because of how well he handles cosmic stuff, I would not mind Donny Cates tackling the Eternals or the Inhumans as well. And you know what? I actually would, and since Black Panther, the Ta-Nehisi Coates run is coming to an end with issue number 25, which I think is really weird. We have not gotten an issue of that yet since everything opened back up. Unless I've missed something. I would actually like to see Ta-Nehisi Coates, because he's proven he can write. He can, granted, he was kind of all over the place with it at first. It was kind of, I will admit, the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda was very hard to follow in the first story arc. But once you kind of realize what was going on, it's like, oh, wait a minute, I get it now. Like, it took, I'm not gonna lie, it took me 3 times trying to read through that storyline to figure out what was going on. I'm not gonna lie at all. That's why it took me so long to actually cover it on the channel. So I wouldn't mind, but I wouldn't mind seeing Ta-Nehisi Coates do something with it, because you know what? Honestly, I think we need more black writers in sci-fi. Black sci-fi is woefully underrepresented, and I think that he proved that, yeah, we can write sci-fi in comics. We can do this. But yeah, I would love to see that. Now, real quick, let's go ahead and shift over, because we do have some other stuff here. Now, okay, Ten of Swords, because, you know, we're going to talk about some Ten of Swords here. Okay, so Ten of Swords basically originally, for those who don't know, Ten of Swords was originally supposed to be, if I'm not mistaken, a 9-part series. And as we know, it just blew up. It expanded. It expanded beyond measure into something ridiculously bigger than what I think any of us really thought it was going to become. And I think it expanded from like 9 parts to 22 parts, which is just, that's just insane to me. That is insane to me, I will have you know. But yeah, Jordan D. White, speaking of, we were talking, because he was talking about Storm, he also spoke about this as well. Let's see here what we got. Says, he said, first and foremost, the reason is that when we were digging into the story, there was a lot more we wanted to do than we thought we could fit in 1 month of comics. He says, we were pretty committed to a schedule, though. And at that point, so we would have to make, he says, so we would have had to make it work. Except the publishing schedule being blown up gave us more time to develop things that we wouldn't have had otherwise. So basically, kind of what he's alluding to here is that on top of the production schedule, on top of the you know, everything else that was going on, including a quarantine, this gave them more time to work on it. It's actually why there are some titles that have not been released and others that have, some that have been removed from Dawn of X and others that were added, because they had time to think things through, take a look at some things, see what worked, what didn't work, and then go from there. And like, yeah, they go on to say down here, yeah, it's in reference to, COVID-19, which, halted a lot of things. But he also went on to say that, he said, I don't need to tell you about all the strife and problems the world was facing. You were there, you know as well as we do, but we saw this and said, let's do something bigger and make a bigger splash. The world is bad right now. Let's give people somewhere else to be for a while. And I know, like, when the checklist for Ten of Swords first dropped, I'm not gonna lie, I was probably one of the most critical. I was probably one of the people most critical of it. Because it just seemed like, wow, y'all just blowing this shit up for nothing. But when you really think about it, and here, I'll show you guys a checklist. Here, let's see if we can pull it up. Oh, wait. Here, let's put it over here. There we go. No, wait. It's over there. There it is. Okay. Here, let's take this. Okay, there we go. We had it. Okay, so basically, you can kind of see it right here. This is the checklist. Let's see. We had, what was it? The Prelude, Excalibur number 12, X-Men number 12, Ten of Swords Creation number 1, X Factor number 4, all of which come out this coming month in September. And then we got October, Wolverine number 6, X-Force number 13, Marauders number 13, Hellions number 5, New Mutants number 13, Cable number 5, Excalibur number 13, X-Men number 13, and Ten of Swords Stasis number 1. And then we've got, let's see here, November, X-Men number 14, Marauders number 14, Marauders number 15, which means that's going to be a quick turnaround. Excalibur number 14, Wolverine number 7, X-Force number 14, Hellions number 6, Cable number 6, Excalibur number 15, X-Men number 15, and Ten of Swords, Destruction number 1. And I gotta admit, I'm kind of hyped for it. Because I thought about it. I was like, dude, I'm reading these books anyway, so what difference does it make? I'm already reading these. Most of these are books I'm regularly reading. With the exception, it's really weird. I don't cover Excalibur or New Mutants, but I do read them when they come out. I just don't cover them. Because usually there's nothing there for me to tell, or there's just not enough there for me to, make worth my while to tell a story there. And Cable, I kind of read in passing. Like, I kind of skim it and was like, okay, cool. All right. Keep it moving. Like, I really liked, what was it? Was it Cable number 3? I really liked that issue. I think that's the first issue that I've just really enjoyed of Cable. And then, of course, Hellions. Duh. X-Men. Duh. X-Force. Duh. X-Factor's really good. I actually liked this week's issue of X-Factor, but I don't know. For one reason or another, it just didn't. I didn't see enough there to really bother with making a video about it. Like, it just was just like, okay, cool. They're hanging out in Mojo World or whatever. That's cool. But no. That said, let's see. There's some more here we got, because we're not done yet. We ain't done by a long shot. This one right here. Now, one of the things that kind of came up, and this actually came out a little over a week ago. So we got a picture. We got a picture that had been making the rounds. We got a picture that had been making the rounds pretty much, and it is of the mystery character who we've yet to actually get a name on. We've gotten names for all of the sword bearers, the original recipe, 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse, and their children and their grandchildren, with the exception of one character, and this character is presumably one of the original recipe 4 Horsemen. And Marvel dropped this little tidbit on us, asking us who is with a redacted name and a question mark. We don't know. We speculated on this a ways back. You remember when the covers and everything were revealed. We didn't know who this character was, or why it was a big deal, or why are they teasing this, that, and sundry. But apparently, whatever's gonna happen, we're gonna get our answer in next month's X-Men number 12. At least that's what they're hinting at. They say a staggering secret will forever redefine Apocalypse's future. Now, we do remember, if you've read some of the previews for Ten of Swords, we do see Apocalypse on trial for something. Like, he is being held to task for something. We don't know what it is, but there's a lot of speculation there. People have been going left and right trying to figure out who this character might be, who they might be, who knows. Let's see here. Let's see here. It says, some people have speculated that, and it would be appropriate at this point right now, though I don't think this is the case. Some people have speculated it might be Storm. I don't think it's Storm. I don't think it's Storm at all. We even speculated that it might be Mora. I don't think it's Mora. I kind of feel like, because the way they're hiding the identity, it kind of makes one wonder if it is, in fact, someone we've already met, someone we've already seen before, but I don't know. Part of me kind of thinks maybe it's not. Like, maybe it's somebody we have yet to have laid eyes on. But, let's see here. Let's see here. Now, here is one thing that we've got. And I don't know if this is actually going to be relevant or not. But this actually comes from, let's see, what is this from? This is actually from the Free Comic Book Day video, not video, but comic that came out regarding Ten of Swords. And here, let's swap over to that real quick. Basically, what they're showing here, it showed us the picture of a black woman split down the middle, and this mysterious character underneath it. Do we know who this character is? I don't have any inclinations on who this character is at all. But I do find it very interesting that on one side of it, there seems to be like, they show, and this is the Eight of Cups, by the way. And we get this this caption that basically says, that which was once the harmonious lifting of voices is now a mocking echo, then silence. Like I said, some people have, like, there have been some people that have speculated, because we don't have that many black women in the Marvel Comics universe, in the X-Men's corner of things. A lot of people have said, oh, it's got to be Storm, it's got to be Storm, but I just don't see it, because the hair, well, A, the hair is different, B, Storm is drawn differently just about every time you see her, as are most comic book characters, but I don't know, man. I just don't know. I just don't know. But I'm hoping we get some answers. I'm hoping we get some answers soon. Let's see here. I see someone says Storm or Destiny, maybe. Was it this could be his wife? I think it actually probably is his wife. Whoever it is someone who is tied to him, and someone like it is either going to be his wife, or B, a sister, or or like something. Here, let's see here. Oh, we got us a super chat here. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see. We got a 199 super chat from Cyclops is better than Wolverine. I agree. It says, where the hell is Warpath and Thunderbird? Here's the funny thing about that. It's funny you mentioned that. I think I remember seeing either Thunderbird or Warpath. I'm almost positive I saw them in an issue of X-Men. Not doing anything, but just like chilling in the background. Like they were, like when people were walking around, there were characters that were, kind of sprinkled around everywhere, just like hanging out, going this way and that way. I think I saw one of them in one of those pictures. Or maybe it was the Green Lagoon, the shot from, I think it was from X-Force. It was one of the issues of X-Force, I believe. I don't know. I just don't know, man. It's gonna get wild. But I think we'll probably see them, either one of them, sooner rather than later. And I think the reason why we haven't yet is largely because, if I'm not mistaken, was it not Thunderbird who Mr. Sinister stole his X gene from? I can't remember exactly. I remember Mr. Sinister having some very rocky ties. Okay, yeah, Rekai Bujin, yeah. Okay, there you go. It says Thunderbird's still being harvested from Sinister. So there you go. I think... Okay, so talking about for The Gifted, the TV show, I think that was Warpath. I think. I could be wrong, though. I can't remember exactly which one that he was playing, but it was the most respect I think they'd ever put on either of their names in quite some time. What was it? Here, wait, let me see this, because actually, this is actually very... Was it, Eddie White says it'll be crazy if they reveal it to be Apocalypse's wife and Storm turns out to be their daughter who they sent to the future. I can see that. I can see Storm in some way, shape, form, or fashion being related to Apocalypse. I can see that. I can see that. I really could. I really could. But by the way, let's see here. We got Jason Mitchell coming through with a $5 super chat. Says, what if it's Storm? Maybe because she is also a goddess. They're going deeper with that. Maybe she reincarnates through the years or a part of her lineage. Like, okay, so yeah, like if it was one of those situations where like, you know, kind of, I guess, kind of in the same way, you know, that, I guess maybe similar to how, like Hawk Girl, from DC Comics, that'd be an interesting take on it. Maybe that would be something interesting to see with Storm. That that maybe there is more to Storm than just like, you know, what we think of. Because I mean, you think about it, she is, for all intents and purposes, she is a goddess. You know, some want to recognize it, some don't. But let's just call it what it is. Even in the halls of Asgard, she is treated as one. So I can ride with it. But yeah, Cyclops is better than Wolverine. Jason Mitchell, thank you for those super chats, by the way. Thank y'all so much. Yeah, Thunderbird was in a background scene in X-Force. Okay, so that's what I'm wondering if it was that Green Lagoon scene. But like I said, I was pretty sure I had seen one or the other at some point, and I know one of them, I think Thunderbird popped up in one of the giant-size X-Men books, but it was an apparition. It wasn't actually the actual Thunderbird. But the X-Force one, yeah, that one wasn't a flashback. That was actually the person. I think we just need to kind of see that person pop up, you know, at least once. Let's see here. All right. Let's get back into it. But yeah, like I said, X-Men number 12 is going to be the one. X-Men number 12 is going to be where all your questions regarding who Old Girl is are going to be laid bare. And I'm here for it. I am here for it. Here, actually, let me do this real quick, too, while it's fresh on my head. Give me that. All right, let's go ahead and get into some other news here. Let's get into some other news, man. We got a lot. We still got a lot to talk about, man. We still got a lot. And we're already at over an hour in. We're going to kind of try and rapid fire through some of this stuff, because some of it isn't really that big of a deal. We may even drop some stories, too, just because, yeah, we're gonna need room. We're gonna need room for things. Need room for stuff and things. Okay, so let's get into it real quick. Let's talk about Titan Season 3. Titan Season 3, they're going to be adding 3 new characters to the show. Technically, only 2, because one of them is already there, and that's Jason Todd. Jason Todd, we have already seen on the show. Jason Todd has already been present on the Titans TV show as a Robin. However, we have not seen him as the Red Hood. And apparently, going into Season 3, and I don't know if this is going to be right off the bat, because spoilers for Season 2, a lot of people thought that Dick Grayson would become Nightwing by the end of the first season. And then it was, you know, talked about in the second season. People thought, oh, what's going to happen at the very beginning of the second season? It actually didn't happen until damn near the end. Actually, I think it was like the next to last. I think it was the penultimate episode of Season 2. If I'm not mistaken. So I don't expect it to be at the very beginning of it. I think it's something that'll be developed as they go towards the end of the third season. If you can go by previous experience. But let's take a look here. And the main thing about this says that he is basically going to be going after his teammates. Like this is, you know, now we know going into a lot of this, whether or not, like I don't really remember exactly where he was left by the end of Season 2, as far as you know, where his character was at that point. But I don't know, I feel like it's a little too early to be just throwing Red Hood in willy-nilly like this. I feel like maybe another season or 2, you know, some more development. He's kind of already been shown to be a bit unhinged, which, you know, okay, that's fine. But I don't know. It depends how they handle it. I really like Titan Season 2. Titan Season 2, I think, is really awesome. But not only will we be getting the Red Hood for Titan Season 3, but we'll also be moving the show to Gotham City. And the reason, we don't really know all the reasons behind that. And, we technically, Bruce Wayne factored a little bit more into Titans Season 2, which, I thought was well done. And we know that, the team, the Titans have kind of, by this particular point, they've kind of finally maybe gotten their groove back. They've gotten their groove back. The OGs and the new school Titans, they've come together and they kind of figured out where they're going in all this, which is kind of funny because this version of Teen Titans reminds me more of Young Justice than anything else, but that's neither here nor there. But what we do know is we're also going to get 2 other characters. We're also going to be getting Barbara Gordon, who we know, of course, is Batgirl. But now in this, she is going to be the commissioner of the Gotham City Police Department, taking over for her father. And they say, although she has a past relationship with Dick Grayson, so we know that their relationship will still be intact. From prior, they say that she is wary of the Titans now being in Gotham. And then move on to, and she has not been cast yet, so we don't know who's going to be playing her. We also know that Scarecrow is going to be in this season. Also has not been cast yet. And they say, known to most as the Scarecrow, Crane is a current inmate at Arkham Asylum and offers his services as a profiler and consultant for the Gotham City Police Department. So, basically, yeah, there you go. I don't know. I'm curious to see what they do with it because, we've seen a fair bit of interesting storytelling going on, like with Superboy, with Connor Kent, and the whole deal with Cadmus and everything was going on with Dick Grayson and his Nightwing persona, him kind of going, in his own little journey to, kind of figure himself out. We also know that, Blackfire is going to be, is probably going to be a major player in, this 3rd season. So them going to Gotham makes things really interesting because, we know that Blackfire is still trailing Starfire, which was a story arc that started at the beginning of season 2 and kind of carried on over. It was actually a really cool story arc. I actually really liked that story arc they did. Donna Troy got a lot of respect put on her name in that one. Dude, Deathstroke was amazing. I actually, I don't know, man. It was great. It was great. That was a great season. I know a lot of people don't give a shit about the show, or they hate how it's done, but I'm sorry, that show's great. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. But the show will most likely be carrying on over at HBO Max because Jim Lee did say that everything that was on DC Universe is actually going to be on HBO Max now. So we know that much at the very least. And since we're talking about Batman-related shit, let's see here. Let's see here. We've got another one. So we know that we have, the DC animated universe has technically been kind of done away / rebooted. I don't know what's going on with it. But we know we got the Superman Man of Tomorrow movie coming out. We've also got Batman Soul of the Dragon, which is going to be coming out, which I am really looking forward to. We're going to have a guy I'm not as familiar with doing the voice of Bruce Wayne. I'm, at least on paper, I'm not as familiar with. I know it's David. Oh, I'm gonna fuck his name up. Giuntoli. I know he does Grimm. I recognize him from Grimm, but I don't think I've ever seen him in anything Batman related or DC related before. So this will be his first time playing. This will be, yeah, I believe this will be his first time actually playing Batman in anything. But for those who aren't familiar, he plays was Nick Burkhart in the on Grimm. So if you are familiar, that's who's going to be doing the voice of Batman. But more importantly, that movie is going to have Michael Jai White reprising his role as Bronze Tiger, Mark Dacascos as Richard Dragon, Kelly Hu as Lady Shiva, and James Hong as O Sensei, and Josh Keaton as Jeffrey Burr. And they've also announced that we've got some more movies to look forward to, that we're also going to be getting a Justice Society World War II animated movie coming up in 2021. And we're also going to be getting a Batman The Long Halloween Part 1 and Part 2. Part 1 will come out in the summer of 2021. And then Part 2 will come out later that fall. So that's going to be really interesting. I'm not sure. They haven't said anything about cast. They haven't said anything about they haven't said anything about, what the, where they're going to go with it. Like, is it going to be like a one-to-one adaptation? Or are they going to make any, like, changes to it or anything like that? We don't really know who's going to be in charge of all that, but it looks cool. Or not looks cool, but it sounds cool. I'm interested. I like The Long Halloween. I think it's a great story. I feel like and once again, as a person who is an admitted Batman fan who is suffering from grave amounts of Batman fatigue, I'll take this one. And I actually am interested in the Soul of the Dragon animated movie, just because these aren't your typical Batman stories. So I'll take it. But I'm actually more interested in that Justice Society movie, just because I like the Justice Society. I think they're actually more interesting than the Justice League, but yeah, neither here nor there. Let's see here. Let's keep it moving. You know what? Real quick, I just want to talk about two things real fast, because I feel like we're going to file this under the sector of people don't understand what people want from their favorite properties. So we're going to go ahead and give a preemptive. People don't understand what people want from properties that they care about, beloved properties. Case in point, we've got two different live action. I think both are television series. I could be wrong. Let me double check myself, because it's 2020. And Lord knows, yep, it's gonna be a live action series. Okay, so case in point, we're getting two different live action series. We're gonna be getting two different live action series. One on the CW, one on Netflix. The first of which being the Powerpuff Girls, which is going to be on the CW. Nobody asked for that. Nobody asked for that. No one in their right mind asked for that. So let's go ahead and keep it. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. No one asked for that. I didn't ask for it. You didn't ask for it. Nobody wanted it. No one in their right fucking mind. No one in their right. Okay, show of hands. Who asked for it? I already see a lot of people in chat right now saying, nope. I didn't ask for it. I didn't ask for that shit at all. Okay, so basically what we have to look forward to, if you can call it that. And this is going to be at the CW, and headed up by Greg Berlanti, most likely, because it's his production studio. The series will be written and executive produced by Heather Rainier and Diablo Cody, with Berlanti Productions, Greg Berlanti, Sarah Schechter, and David Madden also executive producing, and Warner Brothers Television producing. That's really all they got to say. We don't really even know anything. We really know anything. They have nothing. They just had to make the announcement. They had to make the announcement. So I'm going to go and tell you right now, right off the bat. Failure. 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 Nobody wanted it. I didn't want it. You didn't want it. We didn't ask for it. Next up, Resident Evil. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't say it correctly. Resident Evil. Netflix. Nobody asked for that shit. Nobody asked. Oh, I'll take that back. People did ask for it. However, no one asked for this bullshit that they are putting up. That this massive L that they just chucked up in the air. Nobody wanted this. So we got it right here. Resident Evil TV series lands at Netflix, and the first details have been revealed. And this is actually official. This isn't speculation. This came from Netflix. Resident Evil is officially getting a live-action TV series. The show has landed at Netflix, and they have given it an 8-episode order. The series is being written by Supernatural executive producer, co-showrunner Andrew Dabb, and produced by Constantine Film, which is the same studio that was behind the Resident Evil movies. I already have reservations. I already am concerned. I already have problems with this. You've literally said things that I can't fuck with this. I can't fuck with this. Dude, I can't fuck with this. Oh, let's go for the story. The story is said that the series will feature a brand new story across 2 timelines. All right, you've already lost me here. You know what? We're gonna can we keep a running tab of how many L's this shows? Okay, so let's give it an L for the production studios, like the creative, everything behind it. That's an L. That's 1 L. 1 L already, right off the rip. As for the story, it is said the series will feature a brand new story across 2 timelines. That's 2 L's. In the first timeline, 14-year-old sisters Jade and Billy Wesker. That's 3. Are moved to New Raccoon City, a manufactured corporate town forced on them right as adolescence is in full swing, but the more time they spend there, the more they come to realize that the town is more than it seems, and their father may be concealing dark secrets. Secrets that could destroy the world. Then, there is the second timeline, which is set well over a decade into the future. There are less than 15 million people left on Earth and more than 6 billion monsters. People and animals infected with the T-virus. Jade, now 30, struggles to survive in this new world, while the secrets from her past about her sister, her father, and herself continue to haunt her. The series is also expected to incorporate all of Resident Evil's signature elements, including the horror-filled action sequences and Easter eggs. Five L's and counting. 5 L's and counting. Okay, here, let's see real quick. I want to go ahead and address this super chat that we got right here. We got some super chat here. Let's see here. Dip the toe. Tubes of One, my guy coming through, says the concept of Powerpuff Girls is the girls of disillusioned 20-something-year-olds who are cynical that they lost their childhood to crime fighting. Wait. Tubes, did you come up with this? Did you come up with this, or was this what the CW said? Because if this is what you came up with, you might have just given me. If this is what they came up with, you might have just given me hope for that series. However, if this is what you came up with, then we need to fire whoever is writing that Powerpuff Girls story at CW, and we need to go get you one, because I might actually watch this show. Oh, goddamn. Oh, goddamn, dude. Thank you for that $5 super chat, by the way, Pimpin'. Thank you for that. But no, okay, so let's get real. Okay, you say okay, you say you heard that's what it is. Okay, I might fuck with that storyline if it's done well, because I wouldn't mind it being disillusioned. Because that's what CW does. But I mean, just no. But still, at the end of the day, I didn't ask for that series. I don't want it. And I'm gonna vote with my viewership and not watch it. Unless that show, until I see a trailer, I need to see something that if it looks lit, I'll fuck with it. But I didn't ask for it. But no, the showrunner / writer for the series says that Resident Evil is my favorite game of all time. I'm incredibly excited to tell a new chapter in this amazing story and bring the first ever Resident Evil series to Netflix members around the world. Dab also hinted that characters from the franchise will appear on the show, along with some crazy new monsters. For every type of Resident Evil fan, including those joining us for the first time, the series will be complete with a lot of old friends and some things, bloodthirsty, insane things, people have never seen before. Okay, I'm giving this 2 L's, so that's 7. We've seen this already. We've seen this with the Resident Evil live action movies. I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. Okay, so basically what you're telling me is you're going to give me more of the live action movies, because that's what the live action movies were. They just took liberties with the story, introduced characters in looking like they just rolled in out of San Diego Comic-Con. I'm good, dude. I'm good. I don't want it. Y'all keep this shit. Y'all can keep this shit. Nah. This ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all feel where I'm coming from? This ain't it. Like, this for really ain't it. Like, when I tell y'all that this ain't it, I mean straight up and down, unequivocally. This ain't it. And I feel like this deserves something that we haven't done today. So we're going to do it real quick.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
Yep. Exactly. Thank you, Wesley. Just saying. Oh my God. Look at this. Powerpuff Girls. How do you do that? How do you do that? I don't understand. I just don't understand. Powerpuff Girls. Resident Evil. Powerpuff Girls. Resident Evil. Everybody needs their ass. Everybody involved with this needs their ass whooped. Oh, get him out of here. Get him out of here. I don't want it. I do not want it. Anyway, dude, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm hurt. I'm just hurt. I'm sorry. I'm hurt, y'all. You know, let's talk about some good news. We actually got some good news here. Talking about things getting rebooted, restructured, whatever, what have you. Let's take a look at one of my favorite movies of all time. Actually, a movie that is near and dear to my heart. anyone who has talked with me for any length of time, you probably know how huge a fan I am of John Carpenter's The Thing. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Top 5 dead or alive. I don't give a fuck. I will put John Carpenter's The Thing up against anybody. That movie still holds up today. It has practical special effects that are still relevant and good today. Well, guess what? It's about time. They are going to be doing a reboot. Now, the reason why, and I want to point this out, it's classic. It doesn't need a reboot. I think reboots should only be relegated to movies that were bad, or TV shows that were bad, things that were not handled correctly. However, I'm typically okay with it if the person who created it is actually involved, and that's actually what's going on. John Carpenter and Blumhouse are teaming up for a reboot of The Thing. Now, John Carpenter, of course, we know is the originator of this particular storyline, and now technically there is a The Thing before this, but this The Thing has little to do with that The Thing. But I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I kind of want to see what he does, because I mean, at the end of the day, I still have the original. I watch the original John Carpenter's The Thing like maybe at least once or twice a month. Hell, sometimes 3 or 4 times a month, because I love that movie so much. Just because it's so visceral. It's so visceral and so just, oh man, just like the dynamic of the characters, like not trusting each other. Like some of the lines in that movie, like the other day, we were actually watching a video that was talking about The Thing, me and my wife, and like, you know, and to show you how much I have got my wife bought into it, I leaned over and looked at her one day, and I gave her one of the classic quotes from the movie. And, because I remember what it was. We were watching a video. It was on the What Culture YouTube channel. It was talking about some of the most stressful scenes in horror movies, and it was talking about the blood test scene. And when they got done with the scene, when they got done talking about the scene, I leaned over to my wife, and I just kind of looked at her, and like literally dead ass was like, I know you all have been under a lot of stress, but if you don't mind, I would like to not spend the rest of this fucking winter tied to this fucking couch. Dude, I love that shit. That's one of my favorite scenes. One of my favorite scenes of the whole fucking movie. Love that shit. Love that shit. Love that shit. Dude, I fucking love that movie. Oh my God, just so good. So fucking good. But anyway, point of the matter is, director John Carpenter is partnering up with Blumhouse Productions and producer Jason Blum to develop a reboot of Carpenter's classic 1982 sci-fi horror classic, The Thing. And, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Me personally, I can get down with it. I can get down with it because I want to see what new ideas he has. I want to see what he does with it. I want to see if he can still, because John Carpenter still got it. He's still got it. And if he's scoring the movie, I'm also in. But during a Q&A, Carpenter was asked if he had talked with Blum about directing any projects, and he said, I have. I don't know about that, but we've talked about, I think he's going to be working on The Thing, rebooting The Thing. I'm involved with that, maybe down the road. That's basically all he said. So yeah, we don't really know too much outside of that. We don't really have too much else to go on with outside of that. But if John Carpenter is involved with it, which, to be fair, the prequel movie, The Thing, which that was real messy, because like they kind of tried to make you think it was a reboot, and then like halfway through the movie you actually realize it's a prequel. When the one they did with was it Mary Elizabeth Winstead, which I actually thought she did a good job what she was doing. I don't even think that movie's like particularly bad. I just think that the movie was real schizophrenic about what it was. But yeah, I don't go back and rewatch it or anything. But just I saw it a couple of times and I saw enough. But no, that said, John Carpenter wasn't even really involved with that. So I would like to see him involved with something along that magnitude. And Blumhouse Productions, they do good work. Not everything they do is gold, but I actually really dug The Invisible Man, which is one of theirs. And not to mention, Blumhouse knows how to make movies for the cheap and get back a huge return. And that's why a lot of horror movies usually go through Blumhouse, or why Blumhouse picks up certain projects. Because they know how to turn around that movie. They can turn around a movie. They've taken movies that were made for under $1 million, or movies that are made for just over $1 million, and have made back 20 to 30, 40 times that. But that said, and why is my phone ringing? There you go. Turn that off. So yeah, like I said, it's one of those situations where I'm curious to see where they go with it. I'm mostly interested that just to see like how they tackle it. Like, will they add any new elements? Are they going to, like, where's it going to take place? Is it still going to be in Antarctica? I think the movie only really works if it's in Antarctica, or if you put them in another like isolated area, that also works. You can kind of pull, like, what was that movie with Kristen Stewart, Underwater, which is another really good horror movie that I watched a ways back. That takes place like deep underwater, like in the Mariana Trench. You could do something like that, because like if you put them, you have to put the characters in a position where they can't leave, where they can't go anywhere. They're isolated and there's nowhere to go. That's what you got to do. Okay, next up, let's get back into some comic book news, or rather, comic book movie related news. Okay, so y'all remember from the Batman trailer, the Riddler had a riddle for Batman, and that riddle, as here, we actually got it right here. That riddle has already been answered. But basically it says there was a riddle that was put on a card for Batman that said, "What does a liar do when he's dead?" And basically a Batman fan actually figured it out. And basically the answer is he lies still. Basically now, which, I mean, it's a riddle. Riddles are usually punny. That makes sense. Honestly, it wasn't that hard of a riddle. But apparently there was a codex that was in that riddle that he used to verify that that was actually the answer to the riddle. And I thought that was really cool. Basically in that, basically in that, like, the codex that was on that card had different codes, like, had different, like, numbers that corresponded with letters and things of that nature, and he actually was able to put them all together and figure it out to make, like, the answer was really obvious. But I just thought it was really cool that people have already figured out the riddle, and the movie doesn't come out till next year. Yeah, which usually most of the Riddler's riddles are easy, or not easy, but I feel like that was one that I was like, I didn't really expect people to catch right off the bat. But it is one of the easier riddles I've seen given out by the Riddler. Dude, they came in, they're like, nope, analyze this shit. They didn't pause the trailer, checked out the riddle, said, nope, run that shit through the data analyzer, and it's already done. The back computer, they didn't even need the back computer for that shit. So I just thought that was something that was really cute. In adjacent DCEU news, we now know that a particular character from the DC Comics universe is likely going to be the main antagonist of the Suicide Squad. Now, we didn't really see this character in the trailer. However, we saw something in the trailer. If you freeze frame the shot, there was a freeze frame shot that someone found, and we now know that we may be looking at Starro. If you look right here, okay, let's zoom this in. Let's enhance. If you look right here, you see there's a gentleman standing behind this other character. And they seem to have something wrapped around their face. Now, we all know the Starro, his whole thing is, basically taking over people's minds, brainwashing them, and typically doing it by having his little spawns latch onto the faces of his victims. So I actually thought that was a really cool little, I thought that was kind of a really cool little thing. So I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I just thought it was interesting that that was found. It seems to be legit. I'm here for it. Whether or not Starro is actually the main villain or not is another story, but it seems like that's the case. Like, I feel like that's something, considering James Gunn's past movies, it seems like something he would use. Yeah, like, think about the movie Slither. Not that far out of James Gunn's wheelhouse, if you're familiar with that movie. So if that is the case, if Starro is actually the main villain of, or at least a villain in this, then this movie just got elevated on a whole other level. And he does like to take weird shit and put it in his movies because he can actually make that stuff work. And hell, he made us believe in a talking tree and a talking raccoon. So yeah, I'm here for it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. Oh. Hey, yeah, we could get Starro and a Jarro. I like it. Starro and a Jarro. I love it. I am here for it. Like I said, these are some cool things. This is all stuff, like, even after the fact, DC fandom is still getting shit broken down. Like once again, I want to put some respect on DC's name for this one, because I kind of feel like DC went from me not particularly caring about DC fandom, like just being like, okay, whatever, it's just gonna be a thing. And then they came out with it, and it was like, oh, wow. Okay, we're into it. We're into it. Okay. All right. Y'all just laid y'all's dick on the table and said, there you go. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. All right. But yeah, we'll see what happens there. We'll see what happens there. Let's see here. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Oh, hey, what's up, Disciple 860? What did I think of the 3 Jokers? I did a video on it. I'm not going to rehash my thoughts, but if you watch that video, you'll know exactly what I think about it. Just know that I liked it. All right, let's talk about another thing real quick before we get out of here. Remember we talked about the elongated racist, Hartley Sawyer, who played Elongated Man on CW's The Flash. He was fired when some racist tweets came back to haunt him. The ghost of racist tweets past came back to haunt him. And the showrunner, Eric Wallace, was asked how they're going to handle Hartley Sawyer's departure from the show. And I'm curious as well. Says the Flash will honor the character. He said, quotey fingers, the character, not Hartley Sawyer, but the character he played of Elongated Man, as it eases him out of the picture in season 7 following the firing of Hartley Sawyer. They said, so we're going to treat it like we would if we were writing a comic book graphic novel. We're giving the Elongated Man a bit of a rest for a while, but we will leave the door open. And basically said that the Ralph Dibny will be around. He will be around to resolve the season 6 finale cliffhanger, though without Hartley Sawyer. Of course, he was fired in June. But basically, what they're going to wind up doing with this is that in order to wrap up, which we're going to do that at the top of season 7, Ralph has to be a part of that. Now, thank goodness, Ralph is a guy who can change faces and his appearance in many ways. And he said, yes, one could say it is a recasting, but we're going to do it in a way that I think honors the spirit of the character and provides not only a satisfying conclusion to Sue's murder mystery, but also it's done with some humor. They also have gone on to say that the storyline that was supposed to play out with Sue Dibney is also going to be picked up by another character who is a regular on the show. So it's not going to be anybody new. It's going to be somebody that's literally already there. Probably a character we haven't seen get a lot to do. So who knows? We'll see what happens there. So yeah, that's going to be a thing. That is going to be a thing. So we now know that we don't have to worry about seeing the elongated races again. At least not his actual, at least not Hartley Sawyer's face. So we're good. We're good. Let's go. Let's see here. And what do we got? We're at almost 2 hours. Okay, so we got one last story. One last story. I wanted to save this one for last. Let's see here. Hey, what's up, Charles Faulkner Jr.? How you doing? Let's see here. This is so good. And I tell you what, I will say this. I do agree with you, JTS. He is the character. I do agree with you. He is the character. I think that if I were them, there's really no, because I mean, it's one of those things you almost kind of have to address it, because otherwise it's like this weird, like, oh, he's out of here, and by this character that was there like a minute ago, he's now no longer there. You know what, honestly, if it were probably up to me, if I were Eric Wallace, I would have just taken the L. I probably would have taken the L on this one. If it was me, personally. I probably would have taken the L. Because here's what you could have done. You could have just put up a disclaimer and said that due to events that, blah, 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 we all know what happened. We are removing an actor from the show. And this actor played a very pivotal role in a storyline that had taken place throughout our previous season. And in respect to the allegations and the things and the reasons that he was fired, we are no longer going to carry on that storyline, and we are just going to move on with something else. That probably would have been the better way to handle it, though it would have been it would have been very messy. And I think down the road, that would have been lost on future people who are watching it. But yeah, it is kind of weird. But if I don't have to see his face, I'm cool. I think that as long as I don't see his face, fine. But if that motherfucker's face shows up in an episode, done. What does I say? Yeah, and I see both JTS and Tubes are both saying the same thing. Just put plastic. Yeah, you could honestly, if you did, you could just say, hey, Plastic Man, he takes over. Boom, done.
Cut the check.
And then it's a wrap. That's what that would honestly probably be the best way to do it. But man, yeah. This is why I tell people, man, keep your past clean. Don't be out here fucking up. Because people are going to remember it. It's going to come back. It's going to come back and haunt you. And then it's going to mess it up for everybody down the road. That's what's going to happen. Let's see here. Look, wait a minute. You know what? I'm gonna keep it a buck. Look. Look, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I wouldn't even have thought of. I'm right there with you, JTS. God damn. Oh, goddamn. Look. I am right there with you. Look, what do you even think about it? He Plastic Man. Nah. Scene. Done. I'm here for it. I am here for it. That is probably the best way to do it. Just be like just have him turn around. Plastic Man. God damn. Y'all killing me. Okay. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and jump on this last story. Now, this one is a bit controversial. And speaking of people, this is a good segue. People fucking up. Let's talk about... Oh, Lord. Let's talk about... Okay, so some of you may be familiar with the Netflix animated series She-Ra. And She-Ra got into some trouble. She-Ra got into some trouble this week. Because now let me preface everything I say with, prior to this, most of my familiarity with Noelle Stevenson, who is the showrunner for She-Ra and the Princess of Power on Netflix, is I am more familiar with her work on the comic Lumberjanes, which She-Ra and the Princess of Power utilizes a very similar art style. But though I have watched She-Ra and the Princess of Power, I have no problem with the show. I think the show is good. I think it's way better than the original She-Ra, and I can say that because I grew up with the original She-Ra, and I used to watch that shit every fucking day it came on, and it was good when I was a kid, but go back and watch that shit now. It does not hold up. As most things from back in that time period, because it was all an act to sell toys. They were 22-minute toy commercials, is what they were. But no, basically during a live stream, during a live stream, Noelle Stevenson and members of Crew Raw on Wednesday, Stevenson recounted an inside joke with board artist Sam Zymonski that sparked significant controversy. While discussing the writer's room process, Stevenson made reference to a seemingly long-running joke about main character Bo, a skilled archer, which for those who don't, if you're not familiar with the show, this is who they're talking about. They're talking about my man's Bo right here. Okay, so they said, yeah, so basically the whole inside joke is about him having multiple siblings whose names all rhyme in addition to reflecting their main pursuits. And she goes on to say, there's like Oboe, and he plays the oboe, and Go, who's like Van Gogh, and he's missing an ear. And then Sam would come up and just be like, which one of Bo's brothers likes to till fields? And I'm like, which one, Sam? And I'm like, so, Sam was very big on puns. So, as you would imagine, this didn't go over well. This didn't go over well at all. Fans were quick to point out the racist implications of a black character named So being the one to till the fields. And Stevenson was called out for perpetuating racist stereotypes about African Americans and for repeating a joke that implies Bo's brother is a slave. Although Stevenson admitted to being unaware of the implications in an apology she posted to Twitter, the joke and the fan art mentioned in the stream, which she also shared on Twitter, both seem to reveal implicit racism. Now, here are the various ones. There's, of course, Bo. There's Whoa, who it comes off as being very goth. You got Oboe. There's, playing the oboe. Go, of course, missing an ear. And then there's Whoa, who kind of has like a surfer kind of vibe going on there. And then, of course, here is So, who has a hayseed hanging out of his mouth. Oh my God. Like, here's the thing. I can't help but laugh at it because I can't see how someone's gonna sit here and say, I don't know. Like, I know, like, this isn't even like, canon in She-Ra, but like just the fact that this was there, that she, like, here, we're gonna pull up the apology. I want to pull up the apology because I need to see this. But like, you can see her here. I'm gonna zoom in. Let's enhance here. Look at your boy So right here. Right, like here's the thing. Y'all know me. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. But man, it is hard to give someone the benefit of the doubt when they do some shit like this. Because here's the thing. It'd be one thing if it was just like a joke. Like an inside joke in the office that you fucked up and repeated and you didn't read the room and you finally realized, oh, wait, this shit's racist. I probably shouldn't have said this out loud. I should have kept this to myself. But you have art to back it up. You have art to back this up. You got art. You got art to back it up. Why? Like, honestly, if it was just a racist joke, I'd have been like, all right, cool. You apologize, whatever. I'm probably not going to fuck with you no more, but yeah, whatever. But now you got art. So now I'm like, no, I'm holding this bitch's feet to the fire. This motherfucker, this heifer's out here wildin'. With the hayseed. Yes, and my guy Deku Venom gots to go get him. Look, he said it himself. Got him looking like buckwheat. Come on. Got him looking like buckwheat. Buckwheat. Are you kidding me? This ain't, look, fam. This ain't it. Look, this shit right here, this ain't it. All right, let's see here. Here, we're going to Noel Stevenson's Twitter. Let's look at this apology. Let's look at this apology and see what's popping. Hey everyone. I made a very careless statement in today's stream that hurt a lot of black fans and fans of color. The implications did not occur to me, and that lapse in judgment is fully 100% on me. I apologize wholeheartedly, and I'm sorry for the hurt caused and trust lost. I take the responsibility of creating a safe and positive space for fans very seriously. And I have failed in that today. Thank you for making your voices heard. I will be rededicating myself to examining my language and behavior so this failure will never be repeated. And for white and non-black fans, please remember that I do not need defending and do not harass or add emotional labor to those hurt by this. I accept the consequences and will be taking serious action to make this right in any way I can. Okay, so let's break this down. So, let's see here. Let's break this down. First off, I am going to read between the lines here. this part right here where she says, I apologize, the implications did not occur to me, and that lapse in judgment is fully 100% of me. Cool, that's good. I'm glad that you accept the fact that you fucked up. You know you fucked up. You're not blaming anybody else. You're not passing the buck. You're not trying to say that, this was so-and-so's fault. No, okay, cool. I appreciate that. I appreciate you're taking this 100% on. I take responsibility of creating a safe and positive space for fans very seriously. Okay, cool. That's fine. You fucked up right there though. And then she goes on to say that that she failed in that. And this part right here though is where I have questions. I will be rededicating myself to examining my language and behavior so that this failure will never be repeated. Okay, so here's where I'm going to help her clean this up a little bit. Look, and I'm right here with Deku Venom. Look, so I'm gonna keep it. Look, matter of fact, I want y'all to see. I want y'all to see exactly what we're talking about here. Look, Noel, I'm gonna keep it a bang damn Johnny. You knew. The money just put them goggles on you. And that's exactly what happened. Don't try and make it look any other way. That money, that bag was on you. That bag got heavy. And you stopped thinking about the other stuff that's important. And you really... Because I want to point something out. Under normal circumstances, Noel Stevenson has generally been one of the more unproblematic people that I have ever been aware of. Straight up and down. And my guy, True Pharaoh, coming through with $2 super chat says, say what you mean what you say, period. And I agree. And yeah, no, it's true. You can look at this and tell, like, this, okay. Let's keep it real here. Let's keep it real here. When you say that you'll be rededicating yourself to examining your language and behavior so that this failure would never be repeated, look, basically what you're just saying right there is, I'm just gonna basically try and be careful about keeping my mouth shut and not saying any more racist shit. I'm not saying that I'm going to change who I am as a person. I'm just gonna make sure nobody else hears about it. That's what you're saying. This is basically equivalent. Y'all remember when Hulk Hogan got busted saying the N-word, and then he got ostracized and excommunicated from WWE, and then WWE brought him back in because he apologized. And when he apologized to the wrestlers who were there said basically what he said is that you never know who's listening, and you got to be careful what you say around who. He didn't apologize for saying anything racist. He just said, hey, you just got to watch what you say around certain people. That's basically what he said. And that's kind of not exactly what she's saying here, but it's not what she's saying here. Like, don't get me wrong. I want to believe when someone apologizes that they mean it. But I'm going to go back to something Losersaurus said earlier in the chat, and he said that sometimes taking responsibility is losing a portion of your fan base and living with it. That's what you got to do. Now, I appreciate this tweet she put here at the end that she appended to the end saying for her white and non-black fans to not go after people who are criticizing her for what she did. I appreciate that, but sometimes that actually has the reverse effect because your white and non-black fans are going to see that message, and the ones who are particularly aggro or toxic or just mega stands, what's going to happen is they're going to see that and they're going to ignore it. Because as far as they're concerned, they think that you are telling them to do it. They're going to look at that message and say, oh, she's been told to say that because she doesn't want to make it seem like it's connected to her. We're still going to go after her. That's what that message tells people. And I'm sorry, but it is what it is. And here's the thing. I hate it. I hate this because in my knowledge of I don't know. In my in my knowledge of Noelle Stevenson, limited as it may be, like I said, I mostly just know of her work from, one comic that I, occasionally would take a look at. And I used to buy for one of my kids, which was Lumberjanes. I know that she has some issues, and I know that she is, I know that she is admittedly bipolar, but bipolar does not make people racist. I'm sorry, it doesn't. And I don't want anybody to think that I'm coming in here trying to bash on LGBTQIA+. That's not what this is about. But I'm going to say this, and I want people to take what I'm saying very, very, very seriously. And think about it. Some of the most racist people I have ever met. And I want to make this very clear. I'm not saying that all LGBTQIA+ people are racist. What I'm saying is that some of the most racist people I've ever met have come out of that community. Take that how you will. I have been called the N-word on multiple occasions, more by gay white men. And trans white men and women, and lesbian white women than any straight person has ever called me. Now, I'm not saying that makes a difference, but I'm just saying that it ain't a good look. It ain't a good look to me. Like, I'm already snake bit. So I'm already not fucking with you no more on this one, just because I have too much experience. I have too much experience with it, so... and the thing is, I still ride for the LGBTQIA+ community. I still ride for them. I said, dude, I'll hit the marches. I'll be the first one to stand up for you. Because I am a firm believer in do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It is just who I am as a person. I also have, my wife is pansexual. My stepchild is gay non-binary. One of my closest family members, a cousin of mine who is more of a brother to me than anything else, is a trans man. I don't hate the LGBTQI+ community. I just feel like the white portions of the LGBTQIA+ community are very dismissive and very negative towards black and brown people. And only within recent months have they tried to clean that shit up, and only because it was widespread news that it was a good idea to do so. So, take that how you want. Take that how you want. Like, when black and brown trans men and women were coming up missing, being found lynched, or bodies floating in the river, I didn't see GLAAD or any of these other LGBTQIA+ organizations or communities coming out and speaking out on it. Matter of fact, a lot of people don't know this. Over the course of the last, year? I think there's been, somewhere in the neighborhood of, around roughly... I don't have the exact number from me, so I don't even want to say it, but just know that it's a number that's too large. It's a number that is way bigger than it should be. Of trans men and women who have been lynched and killed, beaten to death, and bodies left in the river or out in wherever. 90% of them were black. Now, I want to clean something up. I want to also make something very clear here. I'm not just going to lay some of that at, and yeah, R. Callie, I'm right there with you. Just because you are a member of a marginalized community doesn't exclude you from being racist. There's racism within the LGBTQIA community. Yes, very much so. Very much so. Here's the thing. I'm actually not. This may be unpopular, and I'm probably gonna lose some. I'm probably gonna lose some folks for this, but I also want to make it very clear. I also recognize that we have the same problem in our community, in the black community, in regards to LGBTQIA. Because let's not forget, during the protest for George Floyd, a trans person got the absolute shit beat and kicked out of them. And it was not by white counter-protesters. It was not by police. It was by black men. So let's keep it, if we're going to keep it real, there is fault all the way around this motherfucker. But what I'm trying to say is, the message I'm trying to say at the end of the day, I'm not trying to demonize anybody. All I'm trying to say is, I think we all collectively just need to be better. You may not rock with it, you may not jive with it, you may not be with it, but the thing is, at the end of the day, I feel like, once again, the golden rule, treat other people the way you want to be treated. If people did that shit, we would have a lot less problems in this world, because me personally, I don't know anybody who actually wants to be treated like shit, or like a subhuman being. I mean, well, outside of S&M, but BDSM, yeah, but that's different. That's another story. But I'm talking about people, the way people are treated just out in the world, regular, every day. People don't inherently want to be treated like garbage. And I say to you, if you do not want to be treated like garbage, please treat people the way you want to be treated. If you want to be treated like a first-class citizen, you want to be treated like someone who is a human being, who has rights and should be respected and loved and cared about, and not treated like some kind of an animal, please do not treat other people that way. I don't care what they are. I don't care if you disagree with what they are. As far as, their race, their gender, their sexual preference, what pronouns they want to be called, everybody has a right to be here. What was it? Maybe not the best thing to be quoting at this particular point in time, considering the problem surrounding Mr. Harmon, but one of my favorite lines from Rick and Morty is that, nobody exists on purpose. We just show up. It is what it is. So yeah. Like, my thing is, I still, I'm not a religious person, but I have no disdain for people who are. I am not gay, but I have no disdain for people who are. I'm not trans, but I have no disdain for people who are. I am not Hispanic, or Latinx, or Asian, but I have no disdain, zero disdain for people who are. The only people in this world that I don't give a fuck about, that I actively hate, are racists. And that doesn't have anything to do with your color. That has to do with your actions. People who are racist, bigots, misogynists, that's your actions. It has nothing to do with how you were born. It has to do with how you live. And that's just me. I think we could all, especially right now with everything going on, I think we could all do with, just a little more love, a little more care, and just being kinder to each other. Because clearly, hate is not working. It just isn't. That said, let's get to some questions. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and put it in here if you have not done so already. If you've not taken advantage of it already, I'm going to go ahead and put this in here so that it can pop up here in a second or two. Maybe. I don't know. It'll just take a sweet-ass time showing up. Maybe. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Let's see. We got us a super chat from my guy Conway Bergdog 499. Says a man should be judged by how he treats someone who can do nothing for them. Okay. First off, thank you, Conway, for that super chat, by the way. And I want to point out something. What you just said is a quote that I have lived my life by for quite some time, and it is something that I learned at a young age, and it's something that's stuck with me ever since, and I actually teach my children that. That you can like matter of fact, and I want to read it again for those in the back who are not paying attention. A man should be judged by how he treats someone who can do nothing for them. That means, if you don't understand what that means that when I look at you and I see you mistreating someone because you think deep down, this person can't do anything for you. They can't enhance your life in any way. They can't affect your life negatively or positively in any way. And you decide because of that, you're going to treat them like shit. That tells me that you're shit. That's what that tells me. But that aside, no, that is actually one of my favorite quotes. Like I said, I tell my kids that all the time. Matter of fact, I've been very open about my rocky relationship with my own stepchild, and that's something I would tell them all the time. Is that I want you to understand that when you are out there in the world, people can tell a lot about you by how you treat people that you think cannot affect you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And that's something I'm, even though my youngest, 4, going on 5, God, next couple of weeks, Jesus, I want her to understand that as well. This is what it is. And then Conway Bergdog come with the $4.99 super chat yet again. It says, and just because brother love you, man, stay strong. Thank you, man. Oh, dude. Thank you, man. Dude, y'all have no idea, man. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the love. Y'all have no idea. Y'all have no idea. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Let's see here. And yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. We need to be better. We need to be better. But I'm ready. I'm ready to take questions. We're gonna take questions here for let's give it 15. Let's give it 15 minutes because I think we got some time here. Or actually, no, we're not gonna do. We'll do 15 minutes. Fine, we'll do 15 minutes. And then I'm gonna save questions from the Discord for last. So yeah, we'll just go that route. Let's go through here and see what we got. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Let's see. And thank you. And I want to say real quick because I want y'all to make sure y'all know that I see it. I want y'all to understand that I really appreciate the fact that a lot of y'all are speaking up and just being really receptive to what I'm saying and also letting it be known that y'all feel the same way. So I just want to let y'all know I appreciate that. I want to make sure y'all know that I see it, and I want y'all to know that I'm right there with y'all. Let's see here. Let's see. Why is chat talking about everything but comics? Because we are talking about an incident that you must have missed. That just so happens to be what we were talking about. We can talk about wherever we want here, sir. Or ma'am. Let's see here. Let's see. I have a random question. Who in the hell is Prince Hunter's father? Prince Hunter's father. I'm drawing blanks too. I feel like I should know what this is, but I don't. Here, let's see. Let's see here. Oh, this has something to do with something I'm not paying attention to. Yeah, I'm not deep in that. I cannot answer that question for you. That sounds like it's a Hunter x Hunter related question, and though I am aware of Hunter x Hunter, and I have watched Hunter x Hunter, I'm not that deep in it. Let's see. Ruben Hart says, when's the next time you're going to go for that Fall Guys crown? Man, actually, I went... Okay, so full disclosure. After the stream last night, we were playing Fall Guys. I actually went back later that night, around like 1 something in the morning, and I jumped on Fire Nighthawk's stream, who, by the way, is a great streamer. Awesome guy. Definitely check him out. Fire Nighthawk is a great dude. Friend of the channel, too, by the way. And we were playing Fall Guys, and I was running with him, and dude, we came so close. I think there were 2 separate occasions where I came close to getting the dub, and it just didn't come. It fell through, man. Fell through. LJ Brown asks, what are your thoughts on Lovecraft Country and the character of Atticus, aka Tick? Well, for one, I love the show Lovecraft Country. I think it's a great show. It's a fantastic show. Wonderful show. And more importantly, I like the way it handles racism. I like the way that it takes H.P. Lovecraft's work, which a lot of it was steeped in racism, whether you know that or not. Some people don't know about his very controversial poem that was called On the Creation of Niggers, which, if you're not familiar with that poem, here... Let's see here. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick. Here we go. Found it. Let's see if I can actually get this to pull up on screen. Here, let's see if we can get this to... There we go. All right. So yeah, this is actually a poem that, is that... Okay, cool. Here, we're gonna take a look at that in just a sec. Here, but yeah, this is a poem that was written by H.P. Lovecraft in 1912, called On the Creation of Niggers. And this is actually the poem that, the work that Tick and Uncle George reference in the first episode. It says, when long ago the gods created earth, in Jove's fair image, man was shaped at birth. The beast, for lesser parts, were next designed, yet were too remote from humankind. To fill the gap and join the rest to man, the Olympian host conceived a clever plan. A beast they wrought in semi-human figure, filled it with vice, and called the thing a nigger. So, yeah. For those who are curious, in case you didn't know, H.P. Lovecraft was a decidedly racist man who thankfully died in abject poverty and would probably be doing 720s, 1080s, cartwheels, uppercuts, backflips, side spins, and all kinds of tricks Tony Hawk has never even thought of in his grave if he knew Lovecraft Country existed. So I actually watched the show on the strength of that alone. So yeah, and that is the thing. Now, Lovecraft Country has taken that racist rhetoric of H.P. Lovecraft, and a lot of other people have done the same. A lot of the people that you've seen who have done things with the works of H.P. Lovecraft have taken it and taken the racist undertones out of it and replaced them with other things. In this case, in Lovecraft Country, taking the racist undertones, at least in regards to the characters themselves, and replacing them with strong black characters and characters of color, and removing the very ugliness of it, but still leaving, like, the racism is still there, but it's perpetuated by characters who you clearly know are the bad guys. They're not characters who you would mistake for the good guys, is, yeah, where we go from there. But yeah, I love the character of Atticus. I think that he's a very awesome character. I like the fact, I was actually talking to a friend of mine, Troy, from Black Nerd Power, and we were talking about the fact that I like the fact that not just Atticus, but also Uncle George are well-read characters. Like, they're characters who are literary, like they're smart, they're book smart, and they're not afraid to show it. But they're also strong characters in other avenues. They're very nuanced characters, so I really appreciate that. But yeah, It's a thing. It's a thing. But I love Tick. I love him. I think he's a great character, and I like the actor who plays him, man. I really didn't become familiar with him until The Five Bloods, but now I'm like, oh, dude, I really like this guy, so I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Let's see here. Next up. Here, where did it go? Let's see. Blerd question. Who do you think takes over for chat? Oh, okay. And this is something. Okay, so you probably didn't catch this at the very beginning, but I said I didn't really want to talk about stuff like this. Here's what I'll say about it, and I'm gonna leave it at this, and this can be the blanket statement for the whole thing. Honestly, I don't think Marvel or Disney need to be worried about a Black Panther 2 right now. I just think it's probably for the best that we, and not just we, but they, table that movie for a minute, give people some time to grieve before any talk of recasting or anything like that goes on. And then more importantly, I don't think you should recast Chadwick Boseman. Just pass the mantle on to Shuri and be done with it. That's how I feel about that. Man, let's see. Charles Faulkner Jr. coming through and says, woo! Love the content, American Dream. Woo! How are you? I'm doing fantastic, all things considered. Everything is good over here at the Blerd compound. We're getting through, got some stuff going on, got some stuff in the works, some other avenues and enterprises that I'm working on, and the family's great. Yeah, not really much to report, but thank you though, man. Thank you for that. I appreciate it, man. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you and yours are fine, staying safe, happy, healthy, all that good stuff, man. I really appreciate it. Let's see here. Sometime. Let's see. Where we go from here? Let's see here. And here, I'll answer this one too. Let's see. Panthro versus Man at Arms. Panthro. Always bet on black. Let's see. Here we got another one here. What lantern rings would you think Cyclops and Storm would get? I'd say yellow for Scott and green. And indigo for Aurora. Well, you know, honestly, I think that Cyclops would rock a Green Lantern ring because his thing isn't really so much fear. It's his will. It's his will to to go as far as he will, to lead. And to set the example and to make tough decisions that most people aren't willing to. So I'd give him green, me personally. For Aurora, I could see indigo. I could definitely see indigo. I could see green. I could even make a case for white. For a white lantern ring as well. By the way, if you're looking for the link to the Discord here, it should pop up here in just a moment, I hope. Whenever commands work faster on Twitch than they do on YouTube, so sometimes it may take a minute. It could get lost in the shuffle, but a link to the Discord should pop up here in a moment. If it doesn't, I will just post it in there myself and we will call it a day. But let's see here. It is taking its sweet time, so it probably is not going to do what I'm asking it to do. So let's go to the dashboard and let's fix the problem. Let's go to the old dashy board. Let's go to the dashy board to fix the problem. Because, yeah, apparently whatever I set it at yesterday, it is not wanting to do. Let's see here. Screw it. I'll just do it myself. There you go. There's the link. There's the link for the Discord. Use it in good health. Use it in good health. Okay. Let's get to... I want to make sure I haven't missed anything. Haven't missed anything. Okay, yeah, wait. So here, we got a $5 super chat for Floyd L. Holtz. Says, Blerd, can I answer a question involving a DC character, deducting GameStop points, and invoking his Amazon Prime's membership? Oh, damn! Lord. Wait. Your question was about a DC character? Okay. I don't know. I have no clue what that is. Was it the Prince Hunter question? I don't know who that is. I won't lie to you. My DC knowledge is not as vast as my Marvel knowledge is, and if it's a character I have never read, I have no idea. But thank you for that $5 super chat. And then Losersaurus coming through the $5 super chat says, just showing some love, brother. Thanks for always being you and never holding back and being a pillar we can look to with trust and respect in the community. Dude, thank you for that. I much appreciate it. Like I said, man, y'all are way kinder than I deserve. Oh shit, it's Troublemaker. It's Troublemaker in the building, y'all. Said you played Fall Guys without us to cheer you on. I was on Fire Nighthawk stream. Where were you? Where were you at? I was out here. We were trying to get that collective dub. How you doing, Trouble? And glad you could make it over for my YouTube stream. Thank you for that. Let's see here. Mark Hill says, hey, Blerd, is it true that Ryan Reynolds is going to be Green Lantern in the Justice League Snyder Cut? I don't know that 100%. Honestly, considering how he feels about DC, I don't know. He seems to have warmed up to the idea of maybe possibly working with them on something. I don't know if it would ever be Green Lantern. But hey, it would be awesome. Let's see here. Not so much a question, but hey, I'll highlight it. Felix says, I'm a shill for a second. Y'all watch Boruto? I worked on an episode earlier this year. Congratulations. Hopefully, I'll have to check. Let me know what episode it is. I'll check it out. Let's see here. What else we got? Let's see here. What else we got? Here we go. Gotcha. Okay, here we go. We got one. Here's another one. Felix says, what do you hope happens at the end of the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda arc, Blerd? Honestly, I hope that T'Challa is able to successfully unite the peoples of the Intergalactic Empire and, of course, Wakanda at home proper. I hope that by the end of the arc, T'Challa and Storm renew their vows, remarry. I hope that is something that happens. I also am hopeful. I am also hopeful that what we know as Killmonger, I hope that he doesn't lose his current status quo. I'm kind of hoping he maintains it. And now that I think about it, this may actually be why we haven't gotten any new issues yet, because of everything they're planning to do with the King in Black and with everything they're planning to do with Storm going forward in the future. That may be why we haven't gotten. They may be pushing those issues back to line up more perfectly with those reveals. Maybe, possibly. Let's see here. How old is Magneto again? His gangster was showing in X-Men 11. I'm here for it. You know, honestly, I don't know. Because, I mean, he was alive during the Holocaust. And we know that he has longevity, so, I mean, he should, by all intents and purposes, be damn near 100-something years old. but he doesn't look it. But yeah, he's still out here. Let's see here. And let's see here. But Floyd said, normally I catch your videos and never your live, so glad I caught your live today. You're a cool dude, homie. That intro of yours is fire. Thank you for that, man. That much appreciated, man. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. Just, yeah, We just do what we can. We do what we can, man. But I'm glad you were able to make it to the live today. Like I said, we do it every Saturday. So hopefully you get to catch more of them. And even if you don't, man, look, hey, I appreciate the love and support that you showed to the videos. Hey, let's see what we got here. So Horace Henderson says, greetings from Shreveport. Hey, how you doing down there? Hopefully y'all are staying safe down there. I know Hurricane Laura's been kind of running roughshod through that lower area of the country. So hey, I hope you're doing okay. So like I said, please stay safe. Let's see here. Let's see here. We got another one from Lockstyle. Thank you for that $5 super chat. Thank you. Let's see, where are we at on... we're actually a little over. But then we're caught up, though. We're actually caught up. Let's see here. I mean, but no, I will say, let's see. Oh, we got one for Eddie White. Eddie White here says, do you think we will ever get Jeff Johns on a Marvel run? I don't think so. I don't think we'll ever see him on a Marvel book ever. I don't think we'll ever see him on a Marvel book ever. He is too caught up on in DC. He's too entrenched. Felix said, you worked on episode 153. Okay, so everybody, hey, when this is all said and done, I want y'all to go check I want y'all to check out Boruto episode 153. Let's support this brother. Show some love for one of Blerd Koa's own. Please and thank you. Episode 153 of Boruto. Go check it out. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna switch it on over. We're gonna switch it over to the Discord, I believe. I think we got everything. Let's see. Oh! Okay, I see what you're talking about. Okay, you were talking about Wonder Woman's son. Okay, got you. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very behind on Wonder Woman, so I have no idea what's going on there. I'm gonna keep it brutally honest. I fell off of Wonder Woman and got behind on it roughly. I think it was roughly around the changeover in writer. So if it's something that popped up after that, yeah, I have no clue what's going on. Let's see here. So now let's get into this Discord. Let's get in these Discord questions. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay. Charming Sir Nick come through with a question. Says, remember Spider-Man life story? Who else would you like to see with a familiar miniseries? Or similar, oh, I said familiar. Similar miniseries. I thought Marvel would continue with that because it was so well received. You know, I think if you did it, I wouldn't mind seeing maybe like, I feel like to do something like that, you have to do it with a character that people are really fond of. Like, I mean, you could probably get it, like, because people, there's so many Tony Stark stands, you could probably get away with it there. I think Miles Morales could, you know, Miles Morales, maybe, shit. I'm sitting here blanking. Yeah, man, I'm sitting here blanking on this shit. Let's see here. Rough Rider 86 says, do you think Hickman has been telling one long story in all his Marvel writing from Fantastic Four through current X stories? Yes, I think he has. I think he's been telling one coherent story, and one day, once it's all said and done, we'll look back and be like, wow. Look at this dude. Let's see here. Oh, let's do this real quick. Let me get this back on track. There we go. Old School Hunter says, Victor Salva was a convicted pedophile, the director of Jeepers Creepers. For me, I won't watch that movie ever again. Are you able to separate art from its artist? Depends. If it's a singer, like case in point, R. Kelly, I could never listen to R. Kelly's music ever again. Because his music is very indicative of who he is as a person. And his songs implicitly, if you get knowing what people know about him now, go back and listen to the songs, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, pedophile. Michael Jackson's a tough one for me to go back to. And I love his music. I won't lie. Sometimes it just depends on the scenario. Like, and it also depends on how true or how readily made true the facts are. Like, in the case of Michael Jackson, it's always been kind of up in the air as to whether he actually was or wasn't. I think that he definitely had some shit going on. I don't know. I wasn't there. I can't say. But I know that more often than not, when allegations have been brought against him, they have been disproven. Or at least shown that the sources are not credible. So there's that. But yeah, I don't know. It's difficult. And movies is another story. It's kind of like, okay, Kevin Spacey. Seven is one of my favorite movies. I still watch it. But I can separate the art from the artist in that sense because I'm not going to boycott a whole entire movie for one person. For one person's actions. If that makes any sense. Same reason why I'm not going to stop watching any movie that Harvey Weinstein produced, because he produces a shit ton of movies and, you know, he doesn't actually make them. He just produces them. That's it, you know. Take that how, take that how you must. And then here, give me one moment. I must blow my nose. Jeez. Okay, back. Let's see. We got one from King Vader says, how do you think Madeline and Vulcan will affect Scott? Because with the history he has with both, it sure can be a good, interesting story. How far will he go this time to keep Vulcan on the good side, and how or if he can make peace with what he did to Madeline? Because we all know that he actually feels guilty about it. It just doesn't show it, but it's there. Yeah, honestly, I would not mind seeing that. I wouldn't mind seeing, you know, Cyclops and Madeline Pryor, like, finally have that moment where, yeah, where they can finally, like, make peace with what happened. But here's the thing, though. I want that to happen, but I also don't want Madeline to just easily forgive him. I want it to be... I think, because they both have things to answer for. But I don't think the healing process should be immediate. It should take time. Like, I think they should actually, over time, show that process develop. He also says, where are my manners? Have to ask, how are you and your family doing, Blerd? Got to look out for a brother. I appreciate it, King Vader. Thank you so much. Once again, like I said, my family's great, man. They're doing great. My little one, she's about to turn 5 here in the next couple of weeks. She's excited. She is so amped up to eat all the cake because she thinks that that's what's going to happen. She thinks that it's her birthday, so she can eat all the cake that she wants. So that's what's probably going to happen. And she's just really excited for that. So, yeah, that's really like the biggest thing going on right now. But yeah, it's good stuff. Thank you again, man. Hopefully you and yours are doing great too. Like I said, man, just y'all stay safe. Man, please stay safe, stay healthy, man. And just don't get caught up out here in all this craziness is going on out here in the world. My guy Losersaurus says, favorite thing about Chadwick as Black Panther, also favorite Chadwick movie role. Okay, so my favorite thing about Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther is easily the gravitas that he gave that character. How he was different from any other character in the MCU in that, you know, he wasn't really one for a lot of jokes. He was very laid back. He had this kind of quiet storm style of charisma, that kind of washed over every scene that he was in. And I really liked that. And just how he carried himself as a king. Like, even before he became officially the king. And then, more importantly, I do also want to point out one of my favorite movie roles with him. Man, that's actually a tough one because it's real easy for me to say Black Panther. But I also really liked him in The Five Bloods, even though he was barely in it. I really liked 42. I really, because that's actually where you know what, I'm going to say 42 because that's actually where I was introduced to him as an actor. And I just really like that movie. Here, let's see. We got a couple of super chats I want to address real quick, and then we're going to finish up with Discord questions. I believe. Here, we got one from Extra, $5 super chat says, much respect to you, sir, for the work that you do. Rest in paradise, Stark King. This one hit me harder than I expected it. To love y'all 3,000, man. Thank you so much for that, Extra. Thank you for that super chat, by the way, as well. And yeah, man, I'm right there with you. Dude. This one hit home. And like I said, I don't even really have a good excuse for it, or good reason for it, man. It just hit. Shit hit me hard, dude. And Blackgate Comic Geek coming through the $5 super chat says, Justin in love, first time chatting alive in real time. If Storm got another solo series, who would you want on it, and what would you want to see? First off, thank you. Welcome dude. Is this wow? This your first one? I appreciate it. Thank you so much for jumping in. By the way, everybody, Blackgate Comic Geek, another friend of the channel, one of my peers. And in this comics game, go check him out on Twitter and Instagram. Always doing awesome stuff, and just all around great person, great ideas, good personality, good head on the shoulders, and just awesome, straight up and down. But yes, okay, so real quick, for this one, I would probably say, man, y'all know me. Y'all know how much of a fan I am of some of these writers. If I get the particular writers I'd probably want to see, man, it would be a toss-up between either getting, ooh, man. I wouldn't mind seeing Roxanne Gay take this one on. Vita Ayala. Evel Ewing. Oh my god, I would love that. I would love that. And then for the art, if it was up to me, man, that's a tough one. Because man, there's so many good artists out there. You know what? I'm actually a big fan of Carmen Carnero. I'm also a huge fan of Pepe Larraz, obviously. I would love to see that. What's another good one? Man, I'm blanking right now. I'm just gonna go with those. But also, what I would like to see in it, I would actually like to see Storm, just living her best life. Just out here, doing her thing, being a queen, being a goddess. Just out here. I would like to see her. I would actually, you know what I would like to see? I would like to see how she spends her time juggling the responsibilities of being a queen of Wakanda, being with the king of Wakanda, how she handles those queenly responsibilities, leading people and making sure that that one country is in good standing and taken care of, as well as her mutant nation. I would actually like to see how she juggles that, what it's like for her to have to be a part of two separate worlds, and how she tries to bridge that gap. That's actually what I would like to see, now that I'm thinking about it. Also, we got another one in here from Debo the Black Panther, coming through with a $50 super chat. My God! Dude, thank you. Thank you all. Man, dude, y'all are too great. Long live the king. We lost a legendary talent in the comic movie genre. I'm still shocked. Thanks for your relentless work, young blood. Thank you. First off, thank you, Debo. Thank you. And just, yeah, man, y'all are just too good to me, man. Y'all are too good. I appreciate it. Thank y'all so much. And Debo, thank you especially. Like I said, you're putting respect on my name. And like I said, we also got to put some respect on the king's name. Chadwick Boseman's out here, good guy. Just like I said, I said before and I say every time, like just the I challenge you, go back and watch any interview he's ever done, any press junket he's ever done, any of it, whatever. Go watch, and I promise you, he just looks like a guy who's just like, he's like, man, I'm just happy to be here. Like, I'm not even here to flex. I'm just happy to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, actually, you know what? I challenge you. Go back and watch the D23 reveal when they revealed that Chadwick Boseman was going to be playing Black Panther. Just watch the look on his face. Just go look. Anyway. All right, let's get back to Discord real quick. So we still got one more question here in Discord, and that's Ed Boy in the Cut. Says, not so much a question, but I think there aren't enough Black/African-based gods and goddesses highlighted in Marvel and DC Comics. I would love to see some of the Ashanti or Orisha pantheon be given a chance to shine. That's actually something I would not mind seeing as well. The most we get is, you know, from the pages of Black Panther, and even then, not really a whole lot. But I would not mind. Okay, here's one for you. Let's actually roll this back into what Black Gay Comic Geek asked me a minute ago about what I'd like to see in a Storm comic. I'd actually like to see that. I would actually like to see Storm interact with some of these Orisha and the Ashanti. I think that would also make for a very interesting story as well. So that actually, yeah, two questions kind of folded into another. Let's see. But let's see here. Was one last question here, and this one, I'll answer this only because it's gonna be really easy to do so, because it's really not that hard. If you want to know my top 5 favorite X-Men are, it's very easy. It's gonna be Storm, it's gonna be Synch, Nightcrawler, Cyclops, and last. And I want to point this out. This is not in any order. This isn't in any order. But last, and most certainly not least, is Edie Okonkwo. So yeah. And to be fair, most of which, Synch and Edie, I've done videos on. So yeah, there you go. It says, why Synch though? Because if you watch my video about Synch, I tell you why. Because when I was coming up as a kid, he was the first character in the X-Men that looked like me. He was black teenager, bald head, had a really awesome power set. I just really liked him, and he was my favorite part of Generation X. Let's see. Let's see here. Wait, speaking of Storm, do we know that she has been resurrected on Krakoa yet? She hasn't died yet. Storm hasn't died yet. The that storyline hasn't been addressed. So was it the way Mortal Hulk transforms is terrifying? Yes, very. And it's supposed to be. It should be. It should scare you. Let's see. And yeah, I'm right there with you, Raymond. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with y'all. Who is the last one? Edie Okonkwo is Aya. She is a character that is not specifically on any one particular roster right now, but she has popped up in the main X-Men title a couple of times recently, hanging out with Brew. Edie, her power, she can control both fire and ice. Very similar to My Hero Academia's Shoto Todoroki, which, as a matter of fact, Kohei Horikoshi has actually cited both Aya and Crystal from the Inhumans as being inspirations for that character. So there you go. Let's see. Yes, the original Shoto. Goddamn right she is. Do you think Sync will make a return and get some decent amount of action this time around? I think so. I think it's just, once again, I think it's just going to take time. They're going to have to address the post-human story arc that they're doing with X-23, Darwin, and Sync, and I think that you will see those characters leveled up here very soon. I think so. Because remember, the passage of time works differently inside the vault that they went inside. And I have a sneaking suspicion that they are going to come back out of that thing, and they're not going to be the same characters we remember. They will wind up being something else. I like the look of Maggot, but I don't really, the way he was handled in story was kind of rough for me. Yes, she was one of the 5 lights. Yes, talking about Edie. All of them had a rough one. Yeah, all of them. Edie was one of those, she was a mutant that hated being a mutant. So, yeah, that. You're all good, Raymond. You're all good. Like I said, man, hey, I'm right there with you. Dude, I heard about it last night, literally right as the news broke, and it is still choking me up. I was actually looking at some tweets and Instagram posts from other people, other actors in the MCU, and man, it was hard to read because every last single one had me choked up. Oh no, and I'm right there. Hey, Black Gay Comic Geek, I'm right there with you. When you said, what was it? Don't even get me started on don't even get you started on the way they did Sync, killing him off, keeping him dead for years, only to replace him with a white woman. Hope, yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. And I was actually very glad that I was actually very proud that Jonathan Hickman brought him back and basically said that, yeah, Sync can do the same shit Hope can. Essentially, so if Hope's an Omega level mutant, I feel like Sync should be one as well. But yeah. So yeah. But yeah, no, I'm right there with you. Do you think Jenna will get some shine on Krakoa? I hope so. He needs to be on a team. He really needs to be on a team at some point. And I'm right there with you, Luzosaurus. I don't want to think of it as I don't want to think of his Black Panther being over. I just want to be glad we actually got to see it. Sync is not considered Omega, but I mean, if with Hickman's wording, if you can have Jean Grey and Kid Omega be Omega level mutants because of the exact same power set, then it stands to reason so can Hope and Sync, because they have literally the exact same power. The exact same power. And Hickman did posit that Sync could easily step in and take over Hope's role as one of the 5. Because he can do exactly what she can do. He can mimic multiple powers all at once and unify them. But that said, well, can I see Storm being given the title of Black Panther? Maybe? I mean, it's just a mantle. It's not even a mantle. It's a state of office. So, I mean, sure. I wouldn't be against it. Especially considering how much Shuri has changed over the years. Like, Shuri is a very different character than what she originally was, like, over a decade ago. So, I mean, not to say she shouldn't be Black Panther, but if they did, for whatever reason, decide to make Storm the Black Panther, I'd be fine with it. But that said, man, we got to get out of here because we are over 3 hours. I actually wanted to try and sneak out of here before the 3-hour mark, but it's okay. We got it. You know, sometimes the conversation's just good and we got to keep it going. But that said, we're going to get out of here. I want to thank everybody for, just being awesome, for just being great. Just being great. Y'all have made this an awesome show. A show that I was kind of hesitant. A show that I was incredibly hesitant about today. Like, I wasn't sure how I was going to go. I wasn't even sure if we'd even be able to do the show. I wasn't even sure if the show would go over well, because everything that's happened, and just there's so much. There's just so much that's transpired, and yeah. I don't know. It's I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. But anyway, we're gonna get out of here. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to check in with me Monday on Twitch. I will be back. I know we didn't do After the Cave this past week because we ended up doing the Just Us League instead, and that will probably happen from time to time. But Monday, I will be back. I just dropped the link to the Twitch channel. I'll be back doing my thing over there. Any stories that we didn't cover, anything we skipped over this week, I'll probably talk about there, as well as some other stuff. Or we may just do just a normal regular stream. We'll see what happens. We'll also probably be talking a little bit more about what's going on once we get a little bit closer to it. Maybe talk a little bit more about what's going on with the Avengers game. Though I think the thing that we're really going to be waiting for is going to happen until Tuesday, so we may have to save it for the next cave. So there's that. That said, there's a lot of other things that we'll definitely be talking about, coming up here soon. But, man, thank you guys again. If you're a channel member, don't forget there are multiple videos that are still up for you. I know that there were some videos I put up a little bit earlier than I probably should have, because I like giving y'all early access to those videos. But, trying to match the YouTube algorithm, some videos that I originally put up that were supposed to be out by now for public consumption, I just decided to go ahead and let y'all keep early access to those for a little while longer in case some of y'all have missed out. But the Bumblebee, Cloak and Dagger, as well as a new Captain Marvel video are all up in early access. And I do plan to have a video about Daredevil Annual #1 up for you guys maybe tomorrow, give or take. I'm gonna try and get that video finished into patrons and channel members tonight if I can, possibly. But if not, worst case scenario, the video may just go up. We'll see what happens. I try to get every video to y'all early access, but sometimes it just doesn't happen. But that said, man, I love you guys. I hope I hope everyone is staying safe, happy, healthy, and hopefully we'll see you all next time. And until then, stay plus ultra to each other. Good night.